Good evening, everybody. I am Commissioner Rhino. To my right is Jonesy, and below me is Trent. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Week 11 Start and Sit tonight. How are you guys doing tonight?
Good.
Good.
Doing good.
Doing
Excited.
good.
Can't believe it's week 11 already.
No kidding. No kidding. So, what flags are you planting this week? Who do you think is going to ball out?
First of all, I feel like I need to circle back to my Daniel Jones call last week because that was like my sign off last week. And it wasn't great. He ended up being like QB 13 because I think overall QBs were just not great last week. But I called him a top 10 option, and he was not that. So, but yeah, so that was a bad call. I think this week though, Bo Nix is definitely like a someone that I'm planting a flag on. He's someone I've picked up in a couple different spots where I've either got someone like on bye. Honestly, one league I've got like Joe Burrow, but I picked up Bo Nix, and I've got a little bit of like I'm thinking about that one. So, but I'm pretty high on Bo Nix this week. What about you, Jonesy?
We touched a little bit on it last night in the Friday night show. I like Cleveland this week going against the Saints. Yep.
Yeah,
I think. And thinking about it, I was going to just say Tillman, but I'm just going to take it a step further and just say Jameis Winston, because the Saints defense, post Lattimore, being gone, you can throw on these guys, and Jameis is going to be, I hate to always use that revenge game, but it is, he was there and he was expecting to be the next starter, and they just said no. So I have a feeling he's going to be looking out for, some extra stats this week.
Oh yeah, he'll be patting them. Please, everybody, like and subscribe, and thank you all for coming. How you doing, Mel? For me, I think Chase Brown. I was watching something, and they said actually Matthew Perry thinks that Chase Brown's be a top 5 top 5 running back for the rest of the season. So I'm planting a flag right there, but a sneaky one is Will Disley with San Diego going to Cincinnati's defense. And I know a lot of people, we picked him in our DFS show to go, and I've seen a lot of people pick him up, and I wouldn't be surprised if we get questions about him tonight.
Yeah, I like Will Disley as an option too for tight end, and we all know that tight end is a tough position in fantasy, right? And so anytime you're getting a tight end and you're hoping for like 10 points, right? That's kind of like let's see what happens. And I think the dismissal is an option that can do that this week for sure.
Yeah, especially because San Diego's offense is opening up. San Diego. Chargers offense is opening up a lot.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys a question. This is for my home league. It's a 2 quarterback league. I have my quarterbacks are Love, Cousins, and Stafford. Right now I have Love and Cousins going. No, yeah, Love and Stafford going with Cousins sitting. All three have kind of good matchups, but not good matchups. What 2 quarterbacks would you guys play?
Said you had Love, Stafford, and Cousins.
Yeah,
I'm probably going Love and Stafford.
Yeah, I think I like that better than Cousins against Denver.
I mean, Cousins isn't a horrible play. I trust Matthew Stafford more than I trust Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, we've seen these big blow-up games, and it's like I said to Sieg the one, I don't know if it was in our group text or what it was. And I was like, he's thrown 8 touchdowns alone against the Buccaneers. So it inflates the numbers with just those 2 games.
Yeah.
Not that he's a horrible option, but I would trust Stafford a little more this week.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Quincy, how you doing, brother? Welcome. We appreciate you always being here. See, bench one: Jennings, Cup, Debo, Lamb, or Mooney. I think I'd go. Mooney's hurt. I think he's.
No, Mooney's good. He's
Mooney is good.
Yep, he's off the injury report. Good to go.
Who do you guys?
We had this question last night, so I want to see what you guys say before I chime in.
I mean, like my snap judgment is kind of Mooney to sit. Cup, you're not sitting. Debo, I wouldn't sit. Like Lamb, you just can't really. I mean, I know there's a lot of people who are coming out and like, oh, you could bench him for blah blah blah. You're probably not. You know,
he can't do any worse than last week. That can't happen again. That
Yeah.
can't. I mean, I'll be really freaking surprised if it does.
Yeah. So then it comes down to like Jennings and Mooney. But Mooney's kind of my immediate, like, that's the name that jumped out at me for sitting.
Yeah, same here. I think Jennings he'll get some. Plus, Seattle's defense secondary gives up receiving yards. And you're not sitting Cup. You're not sitting Debo. And like you just said, I'm not going to sit Lamb. Not this week. I mean, if it's the same thing next week, then I'll probably think a little harder. But I'd be sitting Mooney. All right, Jonesy.
So, I mean, I'm with you guys on Debo, Lamb, and Cup. That's across the board. So it comes down to Mooney and Jennings. And to me, the first thing I look at is I'm already starting Debo. Do I really want to start another wide receiver from the same team? That's my first knock on Jennings.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. So when I look at Mooney's matchup, they're playing Denver. So you got the only one in that back end that you're worried about is Patrick Surtain. Okay. He's going to be locked on Drake London. So that opens up Mooney to get the rest of the, horrible bunch.
Yeah.
And he's got a plus matchup. Now, if Mooney was still on the injury report, that probably would have maybe skewed my decision a little bit. But if he's off and he's cleared, so I have to trust that. So just for those two reasons, I'm going Mooney and I'm sitting Jennings.
Yeah.
So,
and that's good. And actually, that's a really good point that I was like really pulling those names separately in my brain. And I wasn't thinking about the two being on the same team. So,
yeah. And I'm not saying that Jennings even has a bad matchup this week. I mean, he's going to be starting for some people this week, and I have no problem with it. But I just think in this group, that's what I would do.
From Teapot Chona, MD Sports Med, Falcons, Darnell Mooney. Timeline suggests moderate severity. Data favors mild stats dip, but significant re-injury risk.
Yeah.
So,
like I said, he's cleared off the injury report. So to me, that's I'm playing him. All right, Mel with the Scott Fishbowl question: Hunter Henry, I'm guessing, or Will Dissly. So Scott Fishbowl is tight end premium.
Yeah.
I'm going Will Dissly.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of a coin flip for me. I think Dissly would be my lean too. Yeah. I mean, depending on who she
does have Kraft already starting, but with the tight end premium, you can justify doing multiple tight ends.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, I'm not against starting both of these guys, but with Kraft in there, you might have some other options too. So, yeah, I don't know. Dissly would probably be my lean, but I think they're kind of hand in hand for me.
Yeah, and Jones, I think Hunter Henry will do good too, because the Rams will give up passes in the middle of the field. I mean, that's a given, that's their weak point.
Yep. I'm going Hunter on this one.
You can't go wrong with either one, but yeah, I'll still say Dissly.
I just I said this last night. I don't trust that I always want to say San Diego. I don't trust the Chargers offense that they're going to keep on with this passing. I don't. with Gus Edwards back off IR, they used him last week. They want to get him incorporated. They were talking him up all week, saying, "Oh, he looks awesome. He looks good." We already know J.K. Dobbins gets the ball. They're a run. Jim Harbaugh is a run, running offense. Yeah. So I just don't trust that the passing is going to be there. So to me, that automatically defaults just a kind of Hunter Henry, just because there really isn't much going on out there, and he's kind of the one guy that is consistent. And I mean, not saying he produces every week, but he's at least that consistent piece in the offense.
Yeah, I agree. I'll agree with you.
Yeah.
Quincy, another one. Start 2, May, Tua, Wilson. What are you doing, Ron?
I'm starting Tua and Wilson. Tua against the Raiders, Wilson against Baltimore. Yeah. Actually, I just picked up Wilson in the Guillotine League I'm in.
Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
from that league this week if it's the one we're in together.
Yeah.
I started with Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin Thursday, so I'm in bad shape.
Yeah, I got McLaurin, a couple leagues, 2 points. Thanks, Terry, but
yeah,
can't be mad. That's what happens,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll go Tua and Wilson just because the better matchup.
Yeah, I don't trust Drake May to be a starter for me.
No, I think Jared Verse is going to eat Drake May all day long.
Cousins hurt. Have you guys heard anything about Cousins being hurt?
Just he is limited practice, but he's fine.
Okay. Cooper Rush or
Daniel Jones.
But Daniel Jones is on bye, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
Okay.
Probably. Guys, use full names if you can, because there's multiple people. And I mean, we had a situation last night where me and Sieg were looking at names and they were kickers and we're thinking of wide receivers. it was funny, but yeah. Try to use full names just to help us out.
Oh God.
So,
damn. I think I trust Jones more than Cooper Rush.
Yeah,
I trust the play calling a little bit more with Jones.
Yeah.
I'm going Mac Jones here. I mean, I don't like either of them. You got Mac against Detroit and Cooper Rush against Houston. I don't like either matchup for either quarterback. But if that's the only option, I mean, that's what you got to do. I mean, I would suggest, I don't know if Jameis Winston's out there or Bo Nix or something. I might look into other options if available, but I don't know the size of this league either. It could be a big league. So,
Store Orchard, thank you for being here. Like and subscribe, everybody. It helps us out. Need help setting my lineup this week. Need 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex, 1 tight end, PPR. All right. Here's my team: Justin Herbert, Nix, A-Chain, Brees, Chase Brown, Kupp, Higgins, Jawan, McConkey, Ingram, Hawk. Okay. I'll probably 1 quarterback. So,
well, let's break this down by position, make it a little easier. So, quarterback, what are you doing?
Nix. I mean, 8. Yeah, Nix.
Nix for me too.
I'm actually going to go Herbert.
Okay. Well, Cincinnati.
Yeah, you can throw on Cincinnati. So even if it's a lower volume, I still think it's enough where it can match whatever Nick's is doing, honestly, in my opinion. And I just trust Herbert more. I'm always going to side with the guy that I trust a little more. Even if I think his ceiling might not be as high, unless I really need that ceiling point, I'll usually side with the guy I can trust.
And you know what? I trust his receivers more than I trust what Nix has.
Yeah, I mean,
better offensive weapons.
You got Sutton.
You know what? I go Herbert too.
And after Sutton, you don't really have that much, consistency at least.
Yeah.
All right, so running backs, we got Brees Hall, Chase Brown,
A-Chain.
Oh, A-chain. Yeah. Okay. So we need at least 2 of these.
I'm going A-chain.
To me, looking at it, I want all 3 of these guys in my lineup.
Yeah, you might end up flexing the third.
Flex one.
I think we're going to end up flexing the third running back.
Yeah, I agree. Because all 3, I've not sent any one of them. Not at all.
Yeah.
And so 2 wide receivers, I'm going Cup and Higgins.
Yep.
Same.
Yep.
And then one tight end, I'm going Hawk.
I'm probably going Ingram on tight end.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both not. They're both good options. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go Hawkinson though, just because I trust Darnold more than I trust Mac Jones.
Yeah,
but neither one's a bad option. So yeah. So we got Justin Herbert.
Yeah, and then
all Chase Brown, A-chain, Cup, Higgins, Hawkinson seem to be the consensus between
2 and 3 of us.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying for what I'm saying in the lineup. It would more of us seem to agree on.
Yeah.
All right, I'm guessing Taysom Hill could be Tyreek Hill.
No, I think Knox. I think Taysom Hill because it's not.
I'm assuming, but you never know. So
I'm going Taysom Hill. Oh God, did I just say that out loud?
I know. Same here, actually.
Oh, I'm going Taysom Hill. They have no secondary running back really, so he's gonna be all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I hate to say it. This is like the 3rd week in a row I'm saying Taysom Hill, and
I know
I don't like myself for it. But
he didn't do very good last week.
Well, last week he also had a touchdown called back. So
okay.
if he would have had that could have been, I think it was like a 80-yard touchdown too or something. I heard.
Damn.
So that right there would have been another 12 points or whatever.
Yeah.
So. Or 14 points even. Yeah, so I'm gonna go Taysom Hill.
AS, thank you for being here. Like and subscribe. Trade Connor Coleman, Denver's defense for Swift and Devontae Smith, half-point PPR.
All right. So, and then we've got the rest of the team right under that.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Okay. My team, Josh Allen, Pickens, Amon, Pittman, Connor, Bijan, McBride, Pollard, Kmet, Coleman, Spears, Butte, Darnold.
Okay. So he's in this trade. He's pretty much getting a running back and a wide receiver. So running backs, he's
got
Connor
and Bijan,
which I love that mix.
Yeah.
I honestly don't want to get rid of it.
And Spears too.
I know Swift has been doing well, but okay. So wide receiver.
Scares me about that is Devontae Smith, because the last 2 games he hasn't gotten any. Yesterday, Thursday night he had 4 targets and 2 catches for like 29 yards. And the week before, it wasn't that much either. And there's a couple times. There's a couple times that if Hurts would have been looking and thrown the ball, there's times that Devontae Smith was wide open, but he's not getting the ball to Smith for some reason.
Yeah.
And I don't trust Chicago's offensive line right now either. They're.
Yeah, I don't think I'm doing it.
I don't think so either.
Because his wide receivers. So Amon-Ra's starting every week.
Pickens.
Oh, he's got Pollard too.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. He's got Pollard.
I didn't see Pollard. Maybe trade Spears instead of Connor.
Yeah, Spears isn't going to get you anything though. That's the problem.
Or trade Pollard.
Even then, Pollard, Connor, I mean, he does need wide receiver help a little bit. I mean, unless Pittman can kind of get that connection with Richardson going, but
Yeah, but McBride is also pretty much the second in targets on the team, if not the first. So he's a tight end, but he gets the
he's good at tight end.
like wide receiver.
Tight end's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see. You're taking on more risk, in my opinion, going from Connor to Swift.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure.
I mean obviously,
Arizona's offensive line is better than Chicago's offensive line. So that's how I'll look at stuff. Where I break trades down. That's how I'll look at stuff like that. Sometimes you have to, because could be the biggest difference.
Yeah.
And Chicago just lost their starting right guard for, I think it might be for the season.
Yeah, and I mean the other thing here too is he does have George Pickens. So I mean,
Yeah.
Amon-Ra and Pickens are his two starting wide receivers.
Yeah.
Pittman at worst is probably a flex. So I mean, I'm holding here. I think.
Yeah.
The only thing I am doing is if I can handcuff Connor, I'm going to do that going forward and probably drop Butte, or however you say his name. But other than that, I mean, you still got Pollard, obviously. So I mean, even if you can't get the handcuff, you're still okay. I'm holding. I'm not doing this trade.
No, I'm not either.
I agree.
Oh, there we go. How you doing, Tron? Need 2 of the 5: Tyreek, Cup, D-Hop, Mooney, and JSN.
I'm gonna let you guys go. He was asking us last night too, so we told a lot of people to come back for second opinions if they wanted them.
Oh, nice.
I need 2. I'm going Tyreek and Cup.
Yeah,
Tyreek and Cup.
That's what I'd be doing too.
Yep,
Sure.
that's what I said if I remember correctly.
Just cut, man. Raiders defense, just bam, right there.
Yeah, I mean D-Hop, I like the matchup. Mooney, I like the matchup.
Yeah.
JSN, I don't like as much anymore because Metcalf's back. So
Yeah.
But Tyreek and Cup are your plays every week.
Yeah. That's because I had Josh Downs starting and Tyreek on my bench. Is like, nope.
No.
I flip them tonight.
Not with Aaron. Not with Anthony Richardson back.
Yeah.
I do not recommend playing any Colts wide receivers. I'm back to the not recommending Colts again until we can see if something is clicked with Richardson. And because until we see that, you can't rely on him throwing, or completing 10 passes a game. You just don't want to mess with that.
How you doing, my brother Max? How you doing, brother? STM or Knox for my flex play? Damn.
I mean, Estime is the riskier play just because you don't know what Sean Payton's ever going to do with the running back position.
And he's been saying we're going to feed him more.
He's been talking him up. He's been giving him more workload. I mean,
So I think I would go Estimate just because volume play. Dawson Knox can get 1 or 2, 3 or 4 catches, but one of those catches could be in the end zone too.
Yeah.
So I think I can go Estimate.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm doing a little bit more of like a wait and see with Estime. Like I see the upside for sure, and I hear what everyone's saying, but it's also like I just think what Jonesy was saying makes it tough. So we get all excited about Estime, and then Javonte Williams goes and gets 20 carries next game or whatever.
And one thing too is if Estime fumbles again, he's gonna be back in Peyton's doghouse.
Yeah. So
he might not get out.
Not that I'd be super excited about it necessarily, but I do think like Knox has a pretty good opportunity with just injuries to pass catchers over there.
Yeah.
To get more volume than usual. And as one of like how many of their pass catchers are hurt or,
they should be pretty much at full strength.
Amari Cooper. I think Amari Cooper's
last I looked, he was trending to play, unless that's changed.
Okay.
I mean, Shakir's healthy. I mean, really, those are your two guys anyway. See, to me, I mean, I a guy like Dawson Knox, we all can say we love the matchup as much as we want, but we all know he's touchdown dependent on having a successful fantasy week this week. If he doesn't score a touchdown, people are going to be disappointed.
Yeah,
and to me, it's estimate even taking that risk, just because if he gets, 10 carries, he's probably going to equal what Knox is doing anyway if he doesn't score,
Right.
So Amari Cooper says data projects 2/3 chance to play plus a moderate dip. Well, I'll still take that moderate dip though.
Yeah.
So I'm going with estimate on this. I don't like playing unless it's tight end premium. I don't like playing two tight ends unless it's like two premium tight ends. You're going, Mark Andrews and McBride or something one week. That I could probably justify, or Kelsey or something. But I can't get there as a flex play.
No. Should I run Nick Chubb or Pearsall half PPR? Galactic Goal. I like that name. Should I run Nick Chubb or Pearsall half PPR? I think I can go Pearsall. But wait, no, Nick Chubb's going against Saints defense.
Yeah.
He's going to get more volume. So I'll go Nick Chubb.
Yeah, it would be Nick Chubb for me as well.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it's just he's going to get a workload at least. Pearsall. I mean, I think everyone likes that matchup against Seattle this week.
Yeah,
but there's also a lot more mouths to feed. You guys still got CMC, you still got Debo, you still got Jennings, you still got Kittle as long as he plays.
Yeah, but the Browns cut off Kadarius Toney now. He's on the main roster.
So Galactic Gold does have estimate. I'm going Nick Chubb though.
Yeah, I'm going Nick Chubb.
Me too.
All right. You told me to bring it up tonight. Majority rules. Hunter's benched.
All right, just going with you guys.
Don't come at us, man.
Be growing. Hit that like. Yes,
Thank
please.
you, brother.
Please hit the like.
Subscribe.
That's how we know what if you guys like this kind of stuff, this kind of show, and when we look back, we see how many likes and new subscribers we get each night, and go from there.
We'll get yelled at by the shepherd if we don't get new subscribers too.
That's right.
How you doing, brother? What's up, guys? Trade Cook and Waddle. Headache for Mixon. That's a good trade. So trade Cook and Waddle for Mixon today. But my empty slot, I picked up Judy and starting Judy in my flex this week. Have PPR thoughts. That's a good trade.
Okay, my first thought was okay. I like it. But you kind of traded one headache for another at wide receiver. But you did upgrade at running back, in my opinion. Yeah. So, I mean, Judy could, like I said, I like Cleveland this week. So he's got every opportunity against the Saints to do something.
Yeah.
I don't mind that as a flex play at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, neither do I.
Yeah.
They're talking on, or I get Fantasy Life newsletter, and one of the guys said people need to start dropping Waddle. I think that's crazy talk.
I'm not there yet.
No. I just traded Galactic Gold. Just traded Reed and Dell for Pickens and Chubb. Half PPR. Did I win that? I say yes.
To me, okay. And I've said this before. It's not, did you win it? Did your team get better?
Yeah.
Did you need the running back? Did you need Chubb because you were low on, you needed running back help? If you did, then you won. It doesn't matter what the other guy needed. It's if what you got in return helps your team. That's how you know if you win. I mean, just on paper, to me, Reed and Pickens are a wash. So it comes down to Dell and Chubb. I like Delmore with Nico back. I think that opens up a lot more for him. So it just comes down to if you needed that running back help, then it was probably a good move. If you didn't, not a horrible move, but that's about all I got to say about it.
Yeah. I'm the same. I like that breaking down of the trades. And I've heard people say that too. And I think that's key. If it makes your team better, then you're not trying to win it. And
you don't get bonus points for saying, "Oh, I won that trade against someone." You only get bonus points if the trade makes your team better and you win more games. Yeah. So that's all that matters in trades. It doesn't matter what you're trading or getting back. It's did your team get better? That's the only thing you got to think about.
All right.
So, Mr. Bakes.
What's up, homie? How you doing, brother? Quincy, May or Wilson? Wilson.
No, Wilson.
I'm kind of into Drake May this week, honestly. It could be the Patriots fan in me, but
that's right. Me against you this week, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, cuz and for me, like in my rankings, I would call this really close to like a coin flip. Definitely closer to a coin flip than what you guys, you guys seem pretty quick with your Wilson answer, but
I'll tell you why. It's because I trust Rams secondary more than I trust Baltimore secondary.
Yeah.
Baltimore secondary overall is horrible. And I mean, I see it being high scoring, and I look at that Patriots game, and I mean, I don't know what their Patriots have been averaging per week, but
not a lot.
Off the top of my head, it's not a lot.
Yeah.
So that to me, on a good day, May throws 2 touchdowns, where I think Wilson is almost, I don't want to say 100% lock for it, but against that Baltimore secondary, I mean, it's kind of hard not to, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, Wilson has looked good too. I'm kind of historically a bit of a hater. I don't like this.
Yeah, I've always been Team Wilson, even in Denver. I didn't think that was his fault.
No,
that was all coaching and he's gotten a bad. I mean, he's not the same Russell Wilson as in Seattle,
Yeah.
Well, I'm not the same Ron Karras I was 10 years ago either.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. So. All right, Jordan Love over Cousins.
That's because we were just talking about this before the show, before we start or after we started. I'm playing Love.
Yeah, same.
Chicago's defense is good, but I think Denver's defense is better. Snipers, Scott Fishbowl, start 2. Adams, Judy, Ray. Why do you have Ray? Why don't you you're going to play Ray? Why do you ask that? We know you are. So Adams and Ray.
And honestly, she should in that format with Scott Fishbowl and the kick return that she should be.
Yeah.
So
she loves her Ray. Yeah, thank you. You don't need to brag. No. Some of us didn't quite make it that far.
Oh my goodness, I was horrible in Scott Fishbowl.
Well, you know what? I set my lineup the first week, and then for some reason I thought it was best ball. So for 3 weeks in a row, I didn't set my lineup. Oh, we're in the same Scott Fishbowl league, aren't we? Yeah. Well, because I was drafting 2 best ball teams at the same time I was drafting this league. So yeah, I messed up.
Yeah.
All right. So
one of the people in our league.
So what are we doing here? Ray McLeod. It sounds like a lock. So Jerry Judy or Devontae Adams. I'm going
Adams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dawson.
I think we're going to get a lot of this tonight.
Yeah. This league.
I'm going to stick with Knox on this one.
I say fire the dismissal.
I'm saying it too. Jordan Lover. I'm playing golf against Jacksonville.
Is that in Detroit or is that in Jacksonville? That is in Detroit. All right, I'm going Goff.
Yeah, same.
If it was in Jacksonville, I probably would have went Love, but I don't know why. I don't like when teams travel to Jacksonville. It seems there's always problems with offenses when they go there. Ha ha ha, Mel. This was the question last night because we were sitting there. We thought we were. Sieg said Mooney, and to me, I just started thinking Mooney, and then I'm like wide receiver and a kicker, and then we finally realized it like 2 minutes later, and we were idiots. So.
Nice.
I'm going Bates.
Of course you are.
I know. I don't have him now. No.
Who did I see? I saw something. Someone just elevated a kicker. I saw it like right before we got on the show.
Jets did.
Oh, it was the Jets. Okay.
The former Packers kicker, actually, Carlson.
Yeah, and that's why I remember seeing that, but I couldn't remember where he went to. So
that's even said. I know that.
Yeah, I think I said Moody here just because I like the game script for more points being scored in that game. But
yeah, I'd say Moody too. Was it just last week that he missed a bunch of kicks?
Yep.
Yeah, so he needs to get right. He'll get right.
Yeah, because Debo threw a punch at him in the long snapper.
Yeah. Nice.
Dynasty is my life. 12 teams got
Superflex.
It's like Superflex. Half tight end premium. Big game start 2. Hockey, Andrews, Lads, Hopkins, DJ Moore start 2.
Big game. Big game for all of us, man. So tight ends get 1.5.
Yeah.
I guess is what that's saying.
So I wonder who his normal tight end is if he has Andrews and Hawkinson as, I'm guessing, flex plays here, but
right.
I want to get Hopkins in there. I like him against Buffalo this week, but with a tight end premium, Hawkinson, I think I like him a little more than Andrews, but just I think he'll get more volume or reliable volume. Maybe it's so close with those two sometimes.
Yeah.
Wait, Hawkinson is playing
Tennessee, and Andrews is against Pittsburgh. I think I'm going to go Hopkins and Hawkinson.
I'm probably leaning not using either of those tight ends, honestly, and doing like Hopkins, yes, Jonesy, I agree, and then maybe Lad McConkey, catching a few good balls. I don't know. I've been hurt this year by Mark Andrews. Like I like to see him bouncing back, and I used him last week for like the first time in a league where he's been on my bench all year. And but I don't know. I like Lad McConkey a lot as well. So I think Jonesy and I agree on the Hopkins though, and then I like Lad, and I think like I'm not too far from going. You said Hawkinson was your other one, Jonesy?
Yeah. Now, the only thing that would maybe change, and this would be a riskier move, but Jair Alexander has been limited all week in Green Bay. He randomly shows up on injury reports and doesn't play. Like, that's his new thing. If he were to be out, DJ Moore has not been trustworthy lately. But if Jair is out, I might fire up DJ Moore. Just because that our corners without Jair, it's a completely different story. But it's also riskier. So you want the safe play, you're going some form of Hawkinson, Andrews, and Hopkins to me. The Lad
Yeah.
McConkey and the DJ Moore are the more riskier plays.
I agree. I go Hawkinson and Hopkins too. I think Pittsburgh's defense is pretty good at covering tight ends. So I go Hawkinson like you guys did. Quincy, Gibbs and Carvin, my running back, need one flex. Estime, Monty, Downs, Waddle, or MVS.
It's Montgomery.
Yeah, I'm going Montgomery.
No
For sure.
question. No question, Montgomery.
Yeah, against Jacksonville. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
Not
both of them
against
good.
anyone. I'm starting Montgomery every week.
Yeah.
Same thing with Gibbs too.
Yeah. I mean, it's not ideal that he has both, but I mean, those are two running backs on the same team that you can start them both each week and actually get production from both.
Is London a sit for Hopkins, Cooper, or Etienne? Nope.
London's a start. It's a tough matchup, but London is a guy that's, he is now one of those guys that you're starting every week, despite the matchup. I don't trust Etienne, Cooper, and I want to play Cooper. I want to root for Cooper, but he's still a lot riskier than Hopkins. But to me, London's the starter.
Yeah. Plus, Detroit's rush defense is pretty good too. So that's I know take Bigsby's out, so he'll get most of the carries, but still, Detroit's rush defense is pretty good. And Cooper coming off an injury, and there's going to be a dip. Could be a dip in his thing. I mean, he might just be out to be as a decoy. So London, I'm going London.
Yeah, I agree.
Nope.
No.
Bowers is starting every week.
Yeah.
You are never
Bowers
taking Brock Bowers out of your lineup.
Does not leave your bench.
And definitely not for Knox.
No.
Yeah, no. The only one I would maybe consider taking Bowers out for is Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
But even then, I would probably figure out a way to play them both. You also skipped my wide receiver, didn't we? I mean, she could have said this before we actually got to it. Also,
I thought we answered that.
Yeah, we that was the Adams, Judy, and I think we kind of got sidetracked and.
Yes, we said Adams and Mooney or Ray. Kevin, thank you. Please like and subscribe. Ross or Goff, also J-Mo, Waddle, or Tillman, PPR.
I'm going Goff and Tillman.
Yeah. Actually, I'll go Goff and I think I'll go Goff and J-Mo.
See, so on this one, I think the quarterbacks, again, I've been using the word coin flip a lot, but I might lean Russell Wilson here, based on what you guys were talking about before.
You can't go wrong with either of the quarterbacks, actually. And I don't think Goff's going to throw 5 interceptions again.
Right. And then I like Tillman out of those three.
Tillman's got 32 targets over the last 3 weeks. It's like 10 a game. You're not ever sitting that, especially against the Saints.
Yeah, I think I'm going to switch to Russ and Tillman too.
I think I'm still going to say Goff, but Tillman especially. So Sieg wants to know, Mr. Bakes, do you bake a lot?
You wake and bake? All right.
Quincy, another one.
Kraft.
Yeah, I agree. Kraft.
I'm going Kraft.
Yeah. The Mike Gesicki show is now over,
especially with Higgins being back.
Yeah, and that's why. I mean, it was a nice little run. And once Higgins goes out again, it could reappear. So,
Maybe then you might throw the other tight end like you did last week.
You're welcome, Mel.
You're welcome. We're here to help you with your kickers.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't care what position we're helping someone at. If it helps them,
I
that's
know,
what
I
we're here
know.
for.
That's right.
Adam,
Starting
good name.
Joku.
Good name, Adam.
Yeah.
Yep.
Starting
Starting
Joku
Joku or
or
Hawkinson.
I think I'll lead Hawk.
I think I'm going to side in Joku here. I'm all in on that Cleveland pass catching this week.
Yeah, it would be Njoku for me too. And Rhino, weren't you? You were against the Browns. Was that just when when Watson was in there?
Yep.
So now you're playing Browns.
I don't have any Browns players to play, but if I did, then yes.
Yeah. Nice.
It depends on who it is, but yeah.
You know, it's funny though, Ron, is, you know, I was the guy always saying Amari Cooper. And then he gets traded. And now who am I saying every week? Tillman. Because Tillman took over that role.
Yep.
That's true.
Jeremy, Brian Thomas. Is that supposed to be Brian Thomas Jr.?
That's what I'm thinking.
Probably.
On that assumption, Brian Thomas Jr. or Dobbins flex half PPR, or I could grab one of these wide receivers off waivers. Which receivers? I'd grab Tillman. Play Tillman maybe. Ridley's a good play too.
Ridley, Tillman, Mooney.
Damn.
Some good options here.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Conky.
And it was half PPR.
Yeah.
Although, so it's one of those first two guys or any of these off of waivers. So out of BTJ and Dobbins, it would be Dobbins like out of the two of them, right?
Yeah.
Because he's healthier, yeah.
Yeah. And
And
so
volume.
now we're trying to see if we would, start one of these guys over Dobbins.
I mean, I guess the thing is who is he dropping though to get that option also? Like that always plays a little bit into my thinking.
Yeah.
If you're going to pick up, I'd say probably pick up Tillman because either Tillman or Ridley, but Tillman is probably a better quarterback situation, which is just sad to say.
Yeah, I'd probably side with Tillman over Ridley in a half point.
And Jennings,
to me, Ridley's going to need that volume.
Yeah,
because that's just the way that offense is going to work. And I like Tillman more than Mooney. I mean, not by much, but I mean, Tillman's my go-to off waivers. But I just don't know who you're dropping to get them. So
I'd probably roll with Dobbins.
Yeah, I mean Dobbins, I think is an okay, comparison to really any of these options.
Yeah,
agree. Jalen Warren's hurt, so estimate.
What is Jalen Warren?
Yeah, he's hurt.
Has he been limited or out? I'm trying to pull it up right now. Jalen Warren did not practice Thursday, limited on Friday. I want to say Warren as long as he's active.
See, Jalen Warren data slightly favors sitting week 11, return week 12.
Yeah, and if he's out and he sits, then it's an easy solution.
Hey, quick before we go too far past this one too. After this Warren and Estime, we've got to scroll back up because we had to jump down from that one question where we had to look for the second part of it.
Yes, good call.
So we've got Mel with Scott Fishbowl kicker would be where we left off.
So I'm going Estime.
You know what? I'm just gonna go Estime on this one.
Yeah, same here. Estime.
He's healthy. So
Do the
and good eyes, Trent.
You know I'm on it.
Get those young eyes
Is
going.
that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still going Bates.
Yeah, same.
I guess I'll agree. It's not. I mean, it's. You know what? No, I'm gonna side with Tucker. He's one of the best kickers.
Yeah, but see the thing though, Tucker has missed more 50-yard field goals this year than I think just anybody else in Bates is.
Then they kick at 49, and then he makes them.
Somebody's got to commit to it.
I mean, neither is a horrible option.
No. You have a coin, flip it.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, what I do with kickers is, I mean, usually I try to stick with one guy until a bye week, then I find the next best option, and I just roll with them. You know, and if someone's struggling, I just find the next guy that's doing the best, and I just
that's right. That's why I did this week with Koo.
Sometimes I'll play around and try to guess, you know, on a kicker, but kickers to me are so much more random than, you know, every other position.
Yeah.
I stream kickers for sure.
Higgins or Lamb. If Lamb misses, I have Dell to replace him. Lamb is playing.
Yeah.
But I think I'm playing Higgins just because of quarterback play.
Yeah, I think I honestly, if I had the option between these two, I would go Higgins as well.
Yeah, I can't sit Lamb, especially not if this was next week. I'd feel more comfortable saying Higgins because we've seen too many times with T. Higgins comes back from injury, or he is injured, and then all of a sudden he plays 2 snaps. You know, so that does worry me. I mean, as a possibility. But I can't sit Lamb. It's like Tyreek Hill, you know, all this year. I've said I can't sit Tyreek Hill. I can't sit Lamb either.
But Joe Stingley Jr. will be on Lamb like white on rice. Higgins will have the other quarterback.
Doesn't matter. You know, it's like going back to Drake London. Patrick Surtain's going to be all over Drake London. I don't care. You know, it's that wide receiver's job to get the ball. You know, that's what they're paid to do. And
I'm still going.
That's why they produce.
I trust the quarterback play more and the offensive play calling more than what, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the thinking, and I wouldn't blame anyone for doing it. I just, you know, I think it's riskier to play Higgins this first week than it is with Lamb in his QB situation, personally.
Big Lou. I was offered Marvin Harrison Jr. and Montgomery for Amon. 12-team, full PPR. My running backs are KW3, Hunt, Ramonde, however you say his name. SPMC, White, Godwin. But Nakua, Quentin Johnson, Wandell, and Leggett. That's a pretty good trade. But you give up a lot giving it Montgomery, though.
Yeah, and the thing is, his I mean, these running backs are pretty strong, right?
Yeah.
So then to give up,
I think he has Amon-Ra. He's getting Marvin Harrison and Montgomery.
Oh yeah, he was offered
Marvin Harrison and Montgomery for Amon-Ra. So he's trading away Amon-Ra.
Okay.
Yeah, see, so I don't love trading away Amon-Ra, especially when he's already got strong running backs. Like, he doesn't need Montgomery, you know.
I mean, there's that question with Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco, you know, that's going to loom until Pacheco actually hits the field. But I think Ramondre, if you had to live with him as your RB2, I think it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Because those wide receivers aren't, you're counting on Puka Nacua. Yeah, he's gonna be your wide receiver 1 the rest of the year. But then,
but after that,
that's
Marvin Harrison Jr. is not reliable enough.
No,
he's not what we all thought he was going to be for the reliability factor.
And for whatever reason, he isn't.
Yeah, I mean it's a fair trade, I think, but I'm not. I think I'm keeping Amon-Ra.
Yeah.
Keeps on God.
We don't try to skip any questions, but if we do, Trent calls me out and says, "Hey, go back." And if we do miss a question, anyone that's watching, just say it again, and I apologize. Just type in there, "Hey, you missed me."
Just yell at Ron. It's normally Ron's fault. So just kidding.
Hey, my hands are free tonight.
It's all me.
My hands are free, so it's not on me. That got taken away from me.
Nice.
All right, flex help. Oh no, we did this. Okay, so now we're back to where we were.
Oh yeah, so there's
did that.
Under the Warren estimate.
There we go.
Yeah.
Back on track.
All right, please like and subscribe, everybody. Pick 2: Downs, Pittman, JSN, Madison, Mooney. Damn. JSN for 1. Not knowing what Scott Turner's offense is going to look like for the Raiders, I think I think I'll go JSN and Madison, just because the volume from Madison.
I'm not. Mooney's my one that I know for sure. I'm starting Mooney. I worry with the Colts wide receivers. If I'm playing one of the Colts wide receivers, I'm playing Pittman before I play Downs. JSN, DK Metcalf's back. I don't like JSN anymore. I mean, I know he's been doing well even with DK, but I just and maybe in this situation, I'm going to go Mooney and JSN as I think about it, just because
All right.
I don't trust the Colts wide receivers and Madison. I said this to Sieg last night, and he was like, "Ooh," and I think Zamir White could start being involved again.
No.
I know. I know. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be anything special,
too, man.
But
exactly, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what Scott Turner's offense is going to look like.
Yeah, when coaches talk about players, you got to pay attention a little bit.
Yeah,
and they got nothing. They have to see more out of them if they're smart to see what they got from them, because they haven't gotten a good enough sample size, in my opinion. They know what Madison is. They're not winning anything this year. There's no reason for them to, try to push, Madison to be a full-time back. So I'm gonna go Mooney and Jason.
I'll do the same thing. I agree.
Yeah, and that's where I would have landed too, for sure.
What's up, boys? Waddle, Downs, or Dell? PPR, Dell.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take Dell.
Same.
Easy one.
Jeremy, thank you for being here. Thank you.
Questions,
okay. Please like and subscribe.
The trade
okay.
With the waiver. He's got an open spot from a trade, so he can pick up any of them. I would definitely pick up Tillman, 100%.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Tillman, I mean, I could even say Mooney, but just because Mooney had that Achilles thing pop up, I would side with Tillman.
And plus, Tillman's wide receiver 1 right now. Like you say, 32 targets last 3 games. That's a lot of volume, a lot.
Yep, definitely I'd go after Tillman. But if he got picked up for some reason, Mooney would be my next option. Oops.
Tap for live. Gentlemen, Donald or AR5? Donald.
I'm a glutton for punishment, but I'll probably dip into Anthony Richardson's upside. I'm like a hopeless romantic for that guy for some reason. I can't quit.
I get it.
Yeah.
Because there's potential there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Darnold here.
The middle range receivers, and the checkdowns, and he'd be good. But
I gotta say Darnold. I mean, if you want to, like Trent just said, Richardson's the upside play. if you want to live dangerously and go for the crazy upside, Richardson's your guy. But you have to be okay with him also getting you 5 and not 35. So, and I mean, I guess you could say that about Darnold too, maybe sometimes. But
I just traded Caleb Williams for Richardson and Juwan Jennings this week. Yeah.
Okay.
Practice squad elevation at running back. Disley or
I don't know what that even was.
I don't know. Disley or Freiermuth? I'm going Freiermuth.
Oh no. We've been on the Disley train all night. I'm going Disley.
I mean, I haven't been on the Disley train. So
yeah.
I will say Freiermuth.
Better matchup. Hawkinson or Kraft? Hawkinson.
Yep. I'm pretty much always starting Hawkinson.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I feel like you guys are probably, it seems like you guys are a little bit higher on Hawkinson than me, but I'm not like down on him necessarily, but I feel like you guys are really quick on these Hawkinson questions, and I'm like, I don't know. But.
And I think with me, it's because of who he's fighting for targets. With Kraft, you're fighting Watson, Dobbs, and Reed.
Yeah, I mean, Hawkinson's still fighting Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. It's not,
but
I would say it's even worse for Hawkinson because of Justin Jefferson. I think Justin Jefferson's a bigger target hog than Jaden Reed. And then you look at, Romeo Dobbs and Addison probably kind of cancel each other out. But with Hawkinson, just looking, the reason I'm so quick with Hawkinson, if you look at 2 weeks ago when he came back, he had 4 targets. If you look at last week, he had 9 targets.
Yeah.
So that's a ramp up after week 2, Yeah. So to me, I feel comfortable saying he's back in that role. He's back in that upper echelon of tight end where you're playing him every week,
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. The Bears are good defense too. So.
Yeah.
All right. Montgomery.
Yeah.
Montgomery.
Pacheco or David Montgomery rest of the season.
Yeah.
David Montgomery. We don't know what we're getting with Pacheco.
No.
He broke his leg. People have to remember that. He broke his leg.
Yeah, was that the same injury that Pollard had? When Pollard broke his leg too?
I don't know if it's exactly the same, but still, it's not a hamstring, that this guy's been out for 4 weeks and he's coming back. You need to temper your expectations with Pacheco. And because even when he comes back, maybe they'll hand him 15 carries week 1. But if they're smart, and I'm guessing the Kansas City Chiefs and Andy Reid are smart, they're probably going to slowly work him back in because they have Kareem Hunt. They don't need to.
No,
they don't need to rush him back. Like Cleveland, we saw it with Chubb. That first week, he was like, handed the keys, which surprised a lot of us. But they really didn't have another option, where the Chiefs do. So I'm definitely siding Montgomery here.
We buy homes near you. 512. Non-PPR format with which tight end are we rolling with? Hill or Knox? I'm going Hill.
God. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
just the pure volume.
Yeah,
he's going to get touches at running back.
Yep.
Targets.
And I think in a standard league like that, non-PPR, I think Taysom Hill is a lot more even more like viable and attractive just because of those touches he's going to get outside of just receptions for sure.
If Cooper out, thought on Mac Hollins and flex. Not many options.
I mean,
it's not sexy.
No.
Yeah, I mean, without knowing the other options, I'm going to say yes.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what the other options are, you know.
Yeah, Cooper, but Cooper's playing though.
I would. Yeah, I mean, if you want to throw some other options in another comment, I mean, we can kind of gauge them against, Hollins against those, but
yeah. Quincy, which quarterback would you pick up for waivers to back up Jaden Daniels? Pick 2, Jordan Love, Winston, May, 2, or Geno? I'd be picking up Jordan Love and Tua.
So we're picking up
to pick 2.
Who would you pick up for waiver?
Or are these two different questions?
Which quarterback would you pick up for waivers to back?
I think these are different questions because of the comma. Because there's no way Jordan Love's on a waiver. Even in an 8-team league, he's still going to be picked up.
Yeah.
So unless this dude's playing in like a 4-team league or something, but then he wouldn't have Winston and May and stuff as that. Yeah, I think these are separate questions.
Yeah.
Well, help me decipher the question then.
So what would?
Well, because Jaden Daniels is off week 14, so I think he's looking at so what week 14 quarterbacks that aren't on bye are the viable options. I think that's what his question is pertaining to.
If you're picking 2, I'm picking Jordan Love and Tua.
I think I'm going to go Jordan Love and Winston for the 2.
I'm going to go Jordan Love and Drake May.
Oh, well, we gave you Jordan Love.
Yeah, we gave you Jordan Love.
Hopefully, I'll have a better week with my bold quarterback call than last week.
Yeah. Quincy, if you want to give us an idea of who's available, that's gonna. I don't want to waste time going through and saying, "Oh, go get this guy, go get that guy," if they aren't even available. So give us a few options and we'll take a look at it.
So this next one that says about being skipped. So I think we talked about it.
Yeah, I think we went back and got him.
Yeah, we said Estime.
He was Waddle, Downs, or Dell. So we did do that. So apologize, Nick.
Evan Ingram, Tucker Kraft, or should I pick up Firemouth off my waiver wire?
I'm going Ingram.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not picking up Firemouth.
No. Texas D or San Francisco's D?
So you got Texans against Dallas and San Fran against Seattle.
Yeah. And Geno likes to throw interceptions. If he's playing from behind, he can't play from behind. That's why he makes bad throws. And plus Seattle's center just retired. So their front line is crap. I trust 49ers front 7 more than I trust.
Yeah, but you're also looking at Texans against Cooper Rush. If you guys are so afraid to start CeeDee Lamb earlier, why would you not want to play the defense going against that quarterback that you don't want to play CeeDee Lamb with?
Okay.
I mean,
I agree.
That's my thought. I'm going Texans.
I stand corrected.
I mean, I'm not. I like your reasoning for San Francisco. I do, but I think.
Yeah, you have to go Cooper Rush.
You're playing against Cooper Rush. If you're that down on Cooper Rush, you should be that high on their defense.
And Texas defense, they had a lot of sacks last week too. So yeah, Texas D.
Hoops and bats. Estimate Jalen Warren, Romeo Dobbs, rest of year. I mean, as of today, Romeo Dobbs. I know his role. I know what he is.
Yeah. And if you're doing rest of year, which makes me think maybe you're talking about kind of like a stash. Like I love Estime as a stash.
Yeah.
Because I think we might get to fantasy playoffs and he might have taken over that backfield. And
Yeah. It's
so
leaning that way.
if you're talking about a stash, I would stash Estime. But then I'm with Jonesy on.
Yeah, it depends what you're looking for. If you're just looking for who's going to score the most points, if I look at this, I would say Romeo Dobbs, just because I know what his role is.
Yeah.
If you want the highest upside, I think it's Estime. If you want the question mark, I think that's Jalen Warren.
Yeah.
Jalen Warren, I don't know what to think of him this year, but if he's healthy, then it's one thing, but he just hasn't been able to stay healthy.
Big Lou, Madison, Estime, or Warren, half PPR. I have Connor and Tracy on a bye. Oof. Warren's hurt.
Yeah, to me,
I'm going Estime because, like I said, I don't know what Scott Turner's offense is going to look like. I mean, they fired Gitsing, and he got promoted. He was the passing coordinator. They brought his dad in, North Turner, to kind of overlook stuff. So I don't know. So I'm not even taking that chance. I know what Estime is.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it would be between Estime and Madison probably for me. And if I don't know, I might lean Madison, but I'm hearing what you're saying there, Ron. And I think that's pretty fair. And I do think it's a bit of a coin flip again. So I mean that makes sense. Maybe the safer move being Estime.
And I trust Denver's offense more. I trust Raiders' offense.
Yeah. Right, I mean, let me just say none of these are safe options.
Yeah, that's true.
None of them are safe.
That's true.
But, I'm going to say Estime too. I mean, even though I don't trust Sean Payton, and I think that game script could force Denver into passing situations, and that takes Estime out of it. You know, that's a Javonte Williams, in there then. So that could happen this week. But I'm still going Estime over Madison and Warren. I don't trust if I have these options.
Yeah. Boys, before we jump into the next one, I'm gonna jump off.
Give me one more second, real quick, okay?
All right. Give us one more here. So half PPR, start one, Downs, Quentin Johnston, or Romeo Dobbs.
We haven't gotten any Quentin Johnston questions yet tonight.
Well, I think it's because everyone's just starting them and they're not thinking twice about it.
Yeah.
I'll never trust him that much to do that, but
he hurt me last year for sure. So you're gonna say definitely not Downs, right?
Yep.
With Anthony Richardson back.
Yep. I don't trust it.
Yeah.
I mean, he very well could do something off of 2-3 catches. We've seen it.
Yeah.
But I just don't trust it.
Yeah.
So to me, it's between Quentin Johnston and Romeo Dobbs.
Yeah. I'm probably leaning Johnston.
God, I hate to say it.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but I am too.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean he's going against Cincinnati, and I've said it before. Chicago's strength of their defense is their back end, and that could prove tough for Romeo Dobbs. So especially when the other choice is going against Kansas City, or not Kansas City, Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So Quentin Johnston for me.
Yeah. All right, Trent.
All right.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, boys. Yep. Always enjoy it.
All right, brother.
All right. Thanks for coming by.
Go Bo Nix and Drake May. Let's go.
No. No Drake May.
All right. Y'all have fun. I'll see you next time.
All right, brother. I'll be talking to you tomorrow after the game.
Sounds good.
All right, dude.
All right.
What's up, SoCal?
What's up, SoCal? Bench one, CD, Downs or Thomas Jr. Downs. Just
Yeah. Josh Downs would be who I'd sit also.
yeah.
Ron, you want to try to focus your camera? KJ, thanks for coming by. With Raiders firing OC and saying they're going to establish the run more, should I drop Algier or Benson for Zamir White as a bench stash, or wait and see what they're looking like first? So that's tough.
I'm not dropping Algier or Benson for Zamir White.
Well, I mean, okay, let me put it this way. If you have Bijan Robinson or if you have James Conner, you are not dropping either of them if you have those players. You're keeping the handcuff, 100%. I know I've said I like Zamir White's outlook going forward, but I don't think I'm dropping Algier. I'm not dropping Algier.
No, I'm not dropping either.
And I don't think I'm dropping Benson either. I mean, if they're your 5th and 6th running backs or something, then maybe I'd probably drop Benson.
Yeah.
For Zamir White, but I
would wait to see what it looks like this week. And like I said, I don't know what Scott Turner's offense.
The only problem though, if you're waiting is if he does do anything, everyone else is going to be after him too. So, that's why you always want to be thinking ahead and getting your waivers, done a week ahead of time if you can, so you're not fighting with everyone else. But I mean, if you really need the help at running back and you need a starter, I would maybe drop Benson for Zamir White for that shot, but it's not.
I would probably drop Algier because Benson has getting a little bit more touches and stuff per week, especially in the receiving side of it.
Yeah, and I've said before, Benson's a great guy to have because James Conner always seems to get hurt. He only seems to play 13 games every year, and we haven't seen him miss that time yet. So I don't like dropping Algier or Benson, but
neither do I. Who's better in fantasy, Jonathan or Devon A-Chain? Taylor's a proven commodity, but A-Chain.
To me, Devon A-Chain has the higher ceiling.
A lot higher ceiling.
We've seen, Jonathan Taylor, he's one of the best running backs in the NFL. He can do it with the best of them, but it's that offense, that
and plus
kind of holds them back a little bit sometimes.
And plus, Richardson's going to start sniping goal line carries probably too from Taylor. And like you said, the ceiling for Devon A-Chain is just a lot higher than Taylor.
Yeah, but you're also taking on a lot more risk with a guy like A-Chain too, with injuries. Well,
it's not like Taylor's been injury prone lately.
No, but overall, when you look at Jonathan Taylor's career, he never missed a practice in high school. He never missed a practice in college. Until this year, Jonathan Taylor, he had that crap last year, with the contract stuff. But until then, he was the perfect NFL running back you'd want on your team. So, and maybe I'm biased because he went to Wisconsin, but
maybe, huh?
But the one thing I've showed on the show is I don't use my biases when I give opinions. So who's better? They're both great options. Sieg, welcome.
Good evening, gentlemen. How are you?
Good. What do you think?
Rhino, how are you?
I'm doing
better?
good.
Who's better in fantasy, JT or Devon A-Chain?
Yeah, it's absolutely like this.
Yeah.
This close. This freaking close.
You can make a case for either one.
Yeah, you love the you love the volume potential of both players.
Mhm.
You love that. You love to see the fact that how Devon Achane has completely taken over this RB room for Miami, where we thought there was going to be like some sort of like nasty running back by committee. That's really not been the case. Yes,
No.
he's getting spelled here and there, sure, but look at the utility that Achane offers you in the passing game. So I mean, he's just and you said it. Both of you guys said it best. I mean, like that upside. Holy smokes, we've
Yeah.
seen it. We've seen it as a rookie. I mean, this it could be an explosion at any given time. He's in the perfect offense. Jonathan Taylor is a fantastic running back. Is the question? I mean, I have the question. If this is a pure talent standpoint right now, again, I'm going to give a slight nod just based on youth, which isn't that different, much different either, to Devon Achane, just slightly. And yes, and JT, leave it up to Jonathan Taylor to have a pre-professional, injury-free amateur career, and then he gets to the pros, he gets to the Colts, and yeah, he's gotten nicked up in the last couple of years.
Yeah. We'll put it this way for you. In 2024, Devon Achane has scored 0.3 more points per game than Jonathan Taylor.
It's close. Yeah.
It's
so
a coin toss. Do you want, you could make your case for either one.
Jonathan Taylor seems to be more that traditional, prototypical, in between the tackles, bust one off for 40, 50 yards to the house. Devon Achane, again, based on the scheme, he's in the perfect system. That misdirection where the offensive line is going one way, Devon Achane's going the other way to the house. Yeah. So they're different styles. Nevertheless, two great running backs.
You're going to get Jonathan Taylor. You're going to get consistency. Devon Achane, you're going to be up and down a little more. But you can also hit the higher ceiling. So
Devon Achane gets a little bit more passing targets than Taylor too. So
that passing utility, yes.
Kai, thank you.
My guess is that's Khalil Herbert, right?
Okay.
No, I think it's
Herbert.
Justin
Herbert. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Nick. Okay, Justin Herbert, Nix or
Wilson. Just because of the Wilson, that's what makes me think it's quarterbacks.
Now we're just guessing and we're shooting in the dark at this point.
Yeah, well, they don't want to. If we don't get full names, we got to do our best to.
Well, I don't think Jeff Wilson's playing for Miami, so I don't know any other Wilson running back.
I mean, could be Garrett Wilson, but
true.
Yeah, we're gonna say it's quarterbacks. It's Herbert, Nix, or Russell Wilson. If it's different than that, please leave in the comments. And
all right, so that
please like and subscribe.
We were able to use some logical deduction there. I like it. So out of those three options for me, based on this week 11, I like Justin Herbert here.
I agree.
I like Justin Herbert against the Bengals. Although Russell Wilson's a good play. Russell Wilson's a good play against the Ravens. Again, we spoke about this last night. I mean, it's 11-on-7.
Yeah,
it's 11-on-7. So, like, if they're really gonna put the clamps down on the on Najee Harris, and by the way, we'll get right back to this. By that practice elevation comment that was left, the Steelers have elevated a running back off the practice squad.
And that probably means that Warren will be out.
Yeah. So nevertheless, back. So again, if they're going to put the clamps down on the rushing game for the Steelers, that should just make it an easy breezy day for Russell Wilson. However, I think I like Justin Herbert, and I trust what the Chargers have been doing on offense being more balanced. And as much as we like Bo Nix, as much as we all think that this is Bo Nix that he's talking about. Yeah, I mean, look, it's still, if he doesn't get you that requisite rushing yards out of the quarterback position, if Not to say that he won't, but if he doesn't, I don't really think he's blown the doors off of it in the passing attack. So, yeah, it's going to be Herbert, Wilson, Bo Callahan for me.
Jordan Love or Tua this week. I'm going Tua.
Jordan Love. Jordan Love against the Bears, the better quarterback here.
Tua against the fight. Oh, geez.
Tua against the Raiders. Yeah,
Raiders defense. Yeah,
that's all right.
So yeah, I go Tua.
I got to side Jordan Love here. I
Jordan
trust even with a tough matchup against that Bears secondary. I trust Jordan Love.
I can't remember the last time Tua has thrown.
I
can't remember the last time Tua has thrown more than 2 touchdowns. We would have to go. We would have to go at some point last season.
You make a good point. You're right.
I know he's playing the Raiders.
They might get up so high that they're going to sit him.
I'd like to think that maybe coming off of the bye, like maybe they're a little bit like stronger. Maybe they still have their hearts in their chests.
Sieg.
Yes.
He threw 2 touchdowns in week 9.
Of which week?
Week 9.
Of this week? Of this year?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
When was the last time before that? Check that. 2 touchdowns.
Well, I mean, he was injured for most of the season, so then it would go into last year.
Yeah. All right. Now, I don't want you to check, but how about 3? It's
3.
Yeah. Jordan Love could throw 3-4 touchdowns.
He hasn't done 3 this year, so
Jordan Love could throw 3 touchdowns tomorrow and close to 300.
And a half.
I don't. I think Jordan Love's more of a 225 and 2 tomorrow, but I still feel that's safer.
That I would say that's low.
Yeah, it's probably a little conservative.
I would say that's the floor. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a good floor.
But
that's a good floor to have.
Yeah, 2's floor is probably 150 and 1. Like depending on how the offense is rolling.
What's the frog goat? The frog goat.
One this week. Ladd, D-Hop, or Pearsall.
Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky.
As much as we like him, as much as we love that play, as much as you love the story, you got too many mouths to feed over there. And not that Kyle Juszczyk wasn't playing the first 9 weeks of the season because he was on the field for Jordan Mason, but now that Christian McCaffrey's back, they're gonna want that dude on the field as much as possible with him, blocking for him. And I know what you're gonna say, so I'll say it for you, Commissioner Rhino. If Trent Williamson, whatever, you were going there, weren't you?
Yep.
Okay. If he happens to miss tomorrow. Not that they don't play with another tackle. However, you're gonna want Kyle Juszczyk on the field. If Kyle Juszczyk is on the field, you can't have 3 wide receivers on the field.
Yeah, it's leaning more towards he's not playing. I think let me pull it up.
I'm gonna agree with you, and I'm gonna sit Pearsall too.
Yeah, data projects 2/3 chance to sit for Trent Williams. On Saturday night, so much fun trying to set up your managed leagues. What a blast. That's what alcohol's for.
The sniper.
Do we think CD plays this week? As far as I know, he is. I haven't heard anything different.
Head coach says that he doesn't think it's anything serious.
Non-PPR, Drake London or Jaden Reed?
Non-PPR, it's Jaden Reed.
Yeah.
Non-PPR, I'm actually saying Drake London. Jaden Reed, to me, is a volume play.
Jaden Reed could get you some rushing utility where you're not throwing to him. So you could wind up getting one of those jet sweeps, end arounds, 40 yards, 30 yards, whatever the case may be. It's possible.
It's possible, but I'm still.
You're not going to get that with Drake London.
Yeah, but you're going to get more yardage receiving with Drake London.
Yeah. Not necessarily. I mean, we're projecting Drake London to get more yardage. I mean, we all we all got our pieces of Drake London tomorrow, despite his cornerback matchup. But yeah, I mean, it could also be a tough day at the office. The dude is no slouch. He happens to be a good defender.
It could be a tough day for Jaden Reed also.
Yeah.
You know, like, so to me, that just goes with who's the better wide receiver. And to me, that's Drake London. Jaden Reed is more versatile. He has more roles, you know, gadgets that they can do with him.
Who has more yardage?
But to me, Drake London's the better.
I'm going Jaden Reed too. So
yeah, I nailed in Jaden Reed for this one.
Thoughts on trading Lamar for Allen based on rest of the season schedule? Also, maybe an ad from the Allen side like Cooper.
Is the Lamar schedule that much more difficult than the Josh Allen schedule? It's probably more difficult. Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't think it's a make them or break it, to be honest with you.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, you could keep Lamar, the possible MVP of the season, and still march your way to the title game and to the ship.
So also maybe an add-on from the Allen side like Cooper. Maybe an add-on. So adding Cooper. The trade. So
in other words, make
Lamar.
In other words, so if we're interpreting this correctly, make the trade and also obtain Amari Cooper along with him, because it's so much more. There's so much more trade value on the Lamar side. I mean,
that's how I'm interpreting it too.
If you need the extra wide receiver, if you're looking to, you know, add on stacked points down the road as well, again, it's close. If you want, if you can add on Amari Cooper for your playoff run, John Goat, because that's what it sounds like here, my friend.
Yeah.
If you need the wide receiver help, if you don't, if Lamar's scoring 6 more points a week than Allen is. So Lamar gets the edge. But if you need the wide receiver help, I would. Are
you trading to a possible or not likely playoff team? I sure as hell wouldn't want to see Lamar in the playoffs either. Fantasy. Playoffs. I wouldn't want to go up against that week 15 and have it come back to like bite me in the ass. But you know, I don't know. I don't necessarily know if you could play like that either.
If you're playing, no matter who you're playing, Lamar, Allen,
you have to worry about your playing.
Any of them, any of them can hurt you.
Yeah.
And those are the two. Like if I'm building a fantasy team, those are the two I feel the best about.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking about like the Giants and how, like, you know, they didn't really care about, you know, letting Saquon walk to the Eagles. Because like Saquon wasn't going to come back to hurt them anyway. The Giants are nowhere near the playoffs. This is kind of like sort of like using that same kind of narrative, but it doesn't apply here. It doesn't really apply.
Thoughts on DK for the rest of the season? Should I trade him for someone like Pickens or Reed?
DK is pretty close to a top 12 wide receiver rest of the season.
I'm holding DK.
Pretty close.
I mean, I love Pickens and I like Reed, but I'm holding DK.
DK's a target animal, hog.
So is Pickens though too.
Yeah. Not in the same. It's
to me, Pickens is proving
he's getting
he's
close.
Moving his way up into that tier.
We're gonna have the conversation for sure next preseason or all off season. So yeah, I mean it's getting to that point. Even in this last few games with Russ. Yes.
Yeah.
I think though we still have a little bit. We have more of a little bit.
We need to see a little bit more.
We have
you know?
we have
Yeah.
more.
I would take Pickens over DK. Just less mouths to feed for one thing. And I like his upside more. I like Metcalf's. I like Wilson Barron. I like Geno Smith too.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, looking to upgrade a wide receiver roster. Burrow, Lamb, Tillman, Waddle, Downs, Andrews, McBride, Dobbins, Monty, Pacheco, Walker. KC defense and Baltimore defense.
Okay.
Okay.
He wants to trade Tillman and Andrews for AJ Brown. I don't think the AJ Brown owner would accept that.
I don't think so either.
You could try.
You can try.
Yeah, you can try.
Yeah.
You can definitely try.
Counter, but always try.
If they need, you need to look at their team, and when you're making a trade, you need to look at whoever you're trying to trade with and figure out what they need, not who you want to give up. You have to figure out what they need.
Are you up on trade deadline? Like
Probably
tonight?
Could be.
You can't go fish without fishing too.
I was gonna say, you could wait for and cross your fingers that Cedric the Entertainer has another smash game, and then you could probably do the deal. Probably.
See, but the problem is if his deadline is today, AJ Brown already played.
Yeah,
so
that's
you
true.
may not even be able to do a trade with him involved.
That's true. That's true. So again, using that logic, that it's probably not this week.
But
yeah, I would try it.
Try it. See what happens. I mean, you never know.
Yeah,
it's probably not this week. If that's an excellent point. Ramadre or Lad, PPR flex, go Pack go. That would be you, Jonesy. Go Pack go, and Sniper Mel, of course, and all the rest of the Packer Nation fans. Ramadre, Ramadre's got the Rams visiting.
Yeah,
they've got the indoor Rams. Not Cats, but Rams, going to the fall Foxborough outdoor venue.
But Rams have a pretty good record playing at 10 o'clock, but they are 1-3 against East.
I would think that they're a disciplined team. Okay, I really believe that.
Yeah,
it's still a tough ask. It's going to be a tough.
I'm still playing Stevenson.
It'll be a tough road win, even despite the Patriots, despite the fact that they're not very good at all. You're getting more bankable volume with Ramadre Stevenson right now than
I'm going off what you just said, just the volume.
We're getting more bankable volume with Ramadre Stevenson, although we do like Lad McConkey this week playing the Bengals. We do. I do. So, but you're not getting
the volume.
You're not going to get a ton of targets out of that either, right? We think he's good for maybe a handful of balls. Maybe on your best day, we could get him close to 100, if not over, and a score. We're getting more bankable volume out of Ramadre, so that we're going to have more opportunity with Ramadre. Jonesy, it's
agreed. It's Stevenson for me. I mean, it's to me, with Quentin Johnson back and healthy, that fills up that wide receiver room a little more.
Let's not forget Will.
Yeah, I maybe I'm going to be wrong, but I'm just not a Will Dissly guy. I never have been. Let's
not forget about the Dissly Bear.
Yeah, but since everyone else is so high on him, that just adds to the mix of who's going to get the ball in LA, and we know Stevenson's getting the ball. So I go Stevenson.
Mario, thank you. Like and subscribe, please. Flex one Mooney, estimate Ingram, MVS, or Amari.
Half a full PPR. If it's half PPR, I'm okay with doing Audric estimate here. In the PPR, I'm going to go with one of the wide receivers now, or Evan Ingram. If this is for the flex, that means Evan Ingram is not in the tight end spot. I'm not crazy about that. Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper, by the way, is still questionable. He's still sitting there as questionable. We thought that he was going to play last week. I'm not sure why. I don't know why or what's leading us to believe this week so far from everything that I was trying to look up before I came on, that Amari Cooper is still sitting there as questionable. So nevertheless, it would be, again, half PPR for me is Audric Estime. Let's roll, baby. Let's roll. If it's a full PPR, I think I would go with Darnell. Here.
I'm going Darnell.
I think I'm going Mooney either way.
Yeah, same here.
I don't trust Estime enough when I have another option with Mooney, who has a good matchup.
Yeah.
In the same game, So that, I mean, to me, that's how you got to look at this. Do you feel this game is going to be high scoring?
No.
Or is it going to be slow paced and kind of a smash mouth football? Because if you think it's going to be a low total, Estime is a good play because he should be on the field more. If it gets high scoring and this thing becomes a shootout, Estime is not going to be on the field. Checks in the Mooney territory.
I don't foresee this in my mind as high, as a high total, and the total is 44.5, by the way.
Okay.
So that's kind of like in the middle, kind of, sort of like it's kind of leaning towards under, low scoring, not necessarily going towards like the 46, 47, 48 range. I think it would be more along the lines of that smash mouth that you were alluding to, Jonesy, kind of, sort of. Yeah. Nevertheless,
I know what we're getting with Mooney. I don't know what we're getting with Estime yet.
And now
if it was Estime or MVS, Estime by a mile.
Yeah.
But I need one more week out of Denver and Sean Payton just to know what Estime is going to be.
Yeah, I get it. And the point is valid. I get it.
Quincy.
Houston.
Chargers of Houston.
As good as the Chargers defense is, Quincy Goat. We're still thinking that the Bengals could drop points on them.
Yeah.
We're still thinking that. I don't think Cooper Rush is dropping anything on anybody tomorrow.
For 45 yards last week. 45 yards.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, maybe an additional week of practice may have cleaned up some stuff, but it's Texans defense could tee off on this.
Yeah,
tee off. Look at how well they played. Despite the scoring that took place in that game, look at how opportunistic their defense was against Goff and the Lions.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, y'all, the game of the week, Packers versus Lions. It's like what y'all should be talking about. Okay, maybe we'll kick off another show at midnight.
Thanks, Mac.
Packers at midnight talk with Sniper Mel.
This is what we just went through.
Ooh, look who it is, the Smitty Goat. There he is.
Rate my
trade.
Nice. What did you do, Smitty?
Dell 4 Smith.
It's like I'm trading you a Granny Smith apple for a Golden Delicious.
Sieg knows his apples, huh?
Yeah, I think it's a lateral move.
Yeah, same here.
Now, if you want to, I mean, we should look at it, and we should try to examine it a little bit more as far as the rest of the season. do we believe that, the return of Nico Collins could help Tank Dell? Yes, absolutely. But are they going to look to like completely abandon the run and how run centric this team has been? I don't believe that either. If when Nico Collins returns on Monday night, like he's going to garner all of the attention. We do think that this could help Tank Dell. On the other hand, the flip side to Devontae Goat is we've seen this tape. I've seen this movie. I've seen it now. A.J. Brown on the field, Dallas Goedert on the field. It's hot and cold, hit and miss with Devontae Smith. He's the most talented player on the field too. Yep. It's aggravating.
Yes, it is.
Jalen Hurts, when he gets into that scramble mode, now I remember what I wanted to talk about yesterday with the Eagles. Nevertheless, he gets into scramble mode. That's all he sees. He doesn't see any type of progression, really. No. He's not looking to fire the ball. He had Devontae Smith wide open.
Yes,
if he just would have put it there and let Devontae go get it.
It'll be the touchdown too.
So no, look. I mean, again, we're talking about a very, very talented wide receiver here, Smitty. We are, and Tank Dell is very talented too. But this is kind of sort of even. If anything, you might have gotten a couple of points better with Tank Dell. That's my take on it. That's my take. No bigger Devontae truther here than your Shepard. Rhino, Jonesy, they could attest to that.
AR5 on the waiver. Would you drop Winston for him? No. And I like AR. I like Anthony Richardson, but no.
Here, I'm not dropping Winston this week if you need to use him. I mean, the problem is, if Richardson does anything better than what he has been, people are going to scramble and get on the, Anthony Richardson train again. So, I mean, if you're QB needy, I mean, I'd rather have Winston for this week, but rest of the season, I mean, Richardson could have the better rest of the season if he can turn it around.
Yeah,
but that's a big if. That's a big if. So I wouldn't drop. I would hold this week. If if Richardson shows something this week and he's still available next week, and you want to make that change, because he does have a bye week. Richardson does in 14, I think. So that may stop people from going after him even. Make the move then if you have to, but I'm not doing anything today.
Trade Kyron and Puka for
Puka?
No. That's overkill. No. Please don't do that.
Yeah, no, that's giving up too much.
Way too much. Sieg thinks differently.
No, I don't think differently.
Oh, you don't?
I'm just thinking do you really expect Saquon to continue to have those games every week?
No.
Come on. Those games happen every once in a while. Every once in a while with a running back. So I mean, Saquon might score again next week. Yeah, of course, but I mean, is it going to be close to 200 total yards?
And they're not playing a Commander's defense every week.
Yeah, I mean, but no, I wouldn't.
Yeah. So sorry, guys, missed your answer on the London sit for Hop, Cooper, Etienne.
That was a while
ago. Yeah. I know. I said London on this.
Yeah, same here.
Yep. Mad Max. Max is mad.
Evan Ingram or Amari Cooper.
Max is mad.
I'm going Ingram.
If Amari Cooper is healthy and he's active, I'm playing Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
But
if we were all
If he's active, you're playing him. I am playing Amari Cooper over Ingram.
Same here. So just make sure you check if he's playing in the morning. Mooney, estimate Ingram, MVS, or Amari, not PPR.
Didn't we do this one already?
I believe so, yeah.
Yep.
I think we said Mooney.
Tyler's trying to figure out that question for us, too.
That's because he's a mother effing goat. That's why. That's why. Damn right, Tyler Goat. And look at the tent. Look at the tent, Goat. My dog, boom. We rolling Drake London or Josh Downs this week. Anthony Richardson back, and we know how that goes. Yeah, we do know how that goes. Yeah. Might shut down London. Any help is appreciated, y'all.
I'm going London.
I'm rolling Drake London. And I'm banking on, and I think Jonesy alluded to it earlier before I came on. Like, you look, this dude, Drake London, could very easily just go up, jump ball, go get it. Surtain misses, and London spins around and runs 30 yards to the house. I mean, like, this is what could happen as good as the defender is. And that's, again, we're all assuming. Everyone is assuming that it's just going to be Surtain on him like white on rice. I got news for you. If Darnell Mooney happens to play a full complement of the snaps tomorrow, I bet you we see some of Surtain on him as well. Nevertheless, I'm going with London. Tech Goat.
Yep. London.
I'm going with London. He may make us pay. We might pay for this, and we'll be the first to admit it also. If he completely locks down Drake London, I don't believe that to be the case. I really don't. Kyle Pitts stands to do well tomorrow. That's the other one. I don't see many Kyle Pitts questions.
Well, Kincaid's out. Oh,
this is a trade question. Amon-Ra, Aaron Jones, Kincaid for Nico and Walker. Kenneth Walker, I'm assuming. I mean, Nico and Amon-Ra is kind of a wash.
Yeah.
I mean, and Aaron Jones, and I'd rather have the Walker side. I mean, if you can give up Kincaid and it doesn't hurt your team if you still have a tight end.
Yeah.
I'm probably going the Nico and Walker side.
Yeah.
Me too. I don't believe in Aaron Jones.
I don't believe he'll stay healthy.
No, that's why I don't. That's why I don't believe in him.
Well, he's pretty much the same kind of injury the last 3 weeks to his chest, right? And then
it's something. It's always something.
Yeah.
He's like a human cadaver. It's like there's something. It's always something. I know Sniper will probably want to like reach for like my throat through the screen because she loves Aaron, but still, it's always something with him.
She loves Aaron because he was a Packer at one time.
As we know, not all wishes come true. Okay. What is that like? Is that a Hallmark card?
Yeah. Breece Hall for Drake London or Leggett.
Sounds like it's like one of my teams, Goat.
I have Breece Hall. We're just gonna say this is Breece Hall for Drake London because I don't know what the league or I'm guessing maybe Leggett, but I don't see how Leggett would be in the same same trade. I don't know.
I don't think I'm trading Breece Hall for Drake London.
If you're trading Breece Hall, you better be strong at running back right
exactly.
now. If you're gonna do that, and you must be in kind of sort of dire need.
Yeah.
For a wide receiver.
Easier to find a plug and play wide receiver than it is to find a plug and play running back.
Yeah,
so very easy.
So it almost gives running backs an extra just notch in trades, just because you're not going to find that running without an injury. You're not finding that extra running back on waivers right now.
No,
where wide receivers, if you need to, you could find something that maybe
you could find MVS.
Yeah, which isn't good, but
I'm saying,
yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
keeping Brees Hall.
Yeah, same here. Josh, tragic spot with Bucky on bye. RB2 this week is Warren, but now I feel like he might be out. Who do I start if he's out? Ford or Patterson? Good lordy.
Gross.
It sounds like he's out from the report I read earlier.
which one? Ford?
No.
No,
Warren.
he's Jalen Warren. He's talking.
Oh, right. From the report, Jalen Warren right now is questionable, and they elevated a running back off the practice squad from everything that I heard earlier. Patterson, if in fact Jalen Warren does miss, Patterson becomes a Hail Mary type of play at that point.
Yeah.
A Hail Mary, and Josh, I think, yeah, I mean, you said it best, my friend. It is kind of tragic. We're gonna do our best to get you a W this week. I think this is a big Nick Chubb week. That's not to say that Ford may not eat a little bit, but he's definitely taken the back seat to Nick Chubb at this point.
Yes, but I think he's less of a Hail Mary than Patterson is.
He is.
A lot less.
A lot. I go Ford.
Yeah. I don't like saying go for. I mean, but then again, too, if Cleveland does what I think they can do and gets, kind of scores at will against this Saints team, they get a lead, they could pull Chubb out and put Ford in there more.
You could start Jerome Ford.
Patterson can get some work too, but Patterson is just such a. He's like Taysom Hill times 12 on the prediction scale.
He gets a bump if Jalen Warren's out, though.
He does.
He gets a bump. You could make an argument. You could kind of sort of make a case that because, again, Baltimore is going to be tough against the running backs. We know that Cordero Joker could catch the ball. I mean, you could make that kind of case.
Well, I definitely see the case for it, but I don't know. I don't.
It's tragic.
Yeah, it is very tragic.
It's tragic.
And this,
for
this reason right here is why in the last question I said running backs get a notch above a wide receiver, just because when you run into situations like this, it's not easy. If we had two wide receivers, it'd probably be easier,
Josh, we're going to be looking at this one for you tomorrow. Come back. Let us know how it went. But I think it's Jerome. I think I would lean. Let's go with the matchup. Let's go with the fact that, the Browns are playing the Saints. Yes.
Yeah. And me and C will be back on tomorrow night at
7:25.
7:25. So let us know.
Hopefully we're not late. We don't get ridiculed by certain snipers for being late.
I don't think we'll be late. I won't be late this time.
Tyreek Hill, Lad McConkey, Tillman, or Jaden Reed.
She's not blaming you. She blames me.
I'm going.
Start two.
I'm going Hill. I think I'll go Hill and.
Again,
I'll go Hill and Reed.
I would want to know if this was PPR or half PPR. I would.
Just always assume. I assume it's always PPR unless I'm told otherwise, because most leagues are. And if they don't tell us, that's it's like assuming if this is an 8-man league or a 14-team league, that's different. Like with questions too. We only go off the information we know, and if we don't know, we just have to, I just assume everything's PBR.
I'm gonna go Cheetah, and I'm gonna stick with Jaden Reed.
Yeah,
I agree.
Look at that. We all agreed.
But I could also throw Tillman in there.
That's why
instead of Reed. But I mean,
back and forth with Tillman and Reed. But
yeah. I mean,
let's go off the quarterback play. The quarterback. You know
what?
Oh, you changing it? Don't change your mind. Always go with your first instinct.
Change the question quick. Switch questions.
Go with your gut.
Tyree.
Remember gut.
My okay. On paper, my mind says Tyreek Hill and Jaden Reed. My gut tells me Tyreek Hill and Tillman.
I don't believe in gut.
You just said go with your gut.
I was joking. I don't, and I'm telling, and I'm also talking to the Mad Max Corleone. I don't really believe in gut.
Because it's what I go back to from earlier when I said to these guys, Tillman's got 30 targets over the last 3 weeks, and he's going against the Saints. How do you not start that?
He does, but so does the other wide receiver. Like the other wide receivers are getting pretty decent target share as well. You know, just by nature of Jameis Winston and how we know he loves to freaking chuck the ball all over the place. It's not always successful. It's not always going to be a completion, but we know he wants to throw it all over the place. David Njoku factors into this as well.
Nope.
That's the only reason. Like Cedric the Entertainer,
But But everything you're saying has been what's been happening every week. So why would this week be any different than the last 3 weeks? David Njoku's been a part of the last 3 weeks. 7 targets, 7 targets, 14 targets.
I'm not suggesting that Cedric the Entertainer is a bad play. I'm not. I think I like Jaden Reed better.
I like Jaden Reed better too, but Tillman's not a bad play.
Just a little bit.
What's up?
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Love it. Appreciate you, Goat.
All right. Should I drop Mason for Dottle or Warren? Thanks.
You don't. You may not want to get Jalen Warren once he's inactive, but then again, it may not be a bad idea because he's probably going to be playing the following week, week 12. It's not a bad move. Should I drop Mason?
I'd drop Mason. If I'm dropping Mason, I'm dropping for Dottle. And I can't believe I just said that. But they've come out and said that Dottle's going to eat. He's their bell cow now. They got to feed him the ball.
It's kind of been their bell cow all year.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm a CMC owner, I don't know if you have CMC, I'm not dropping Mason.
No, if you're a CMC, no, you're not.
I'm not dropping Mason for Warren, I don't think. If you need running back help and you need someone to start, Dowdle's your guy out of these 3. So if you need a starter, I can justify it. But
I think
it doesn't excite me. I think
it also it also comes down to that Jeff might also be taking a look at the bye weeks that are coming up.
Yeah, if I'm dropping Mason, I'm dropping
Niners have had their bye.
The Niners have had their bye.
All these teams have had their byes.
That's correct, but we also saw Jordan Mason get like 3 carries last week. That's why he's in this conversation.
No, and I understand, and that's why I said if you need a starter,
we also know why Rico Dowdle's in this situation.
But who's Donald fighting carries for?
Nobody,
exactly. That's what I say. I would drop Mason for Dottle. I want to drop for Warren, I'd drop for Dottle.
If you need a starter, it's Dowdle. If it's a stash, I'm just holding Mason.
Yeah. Oliver, full PPR, pick 2, Ladd, Mooney, or Garrett Wilson. I'm going Garrett Wilson and Mooney.
1 and 3. Ladd and Garrett for me.
Garrett Wilson, Mooney for me.
There he is. There's the Max Corleone. Yeah.
Okay, that's like the 8th time I've clicked on this one.
You're gonna be dreaming about that.
It's MVS. You have MVS on your mind. That's why.
No.
MVS. All those days of all those drops.
Yeah.
What's up, Hussein? How you doing, brother?
What's up, buddy?
Hold on 1 second. Just hold the phone. Hold on.
Mad Max knows what's up. If you are a
Yeah.
CMC owner, you're obligated to keep Mason.
Yeah.
Correct.
Obligated if you're the CMC owner. All right. Who's next? Oh, that's my bad. I'm gonna be honest, I got everyone figured out. He makes me laugh. He does. I laugh. He's got everybody figured out. Besides one position, should I start in the flex PPR, JSN or Juwan Jennings? I like Juwan Jennings, man.
I like
but
Juwan Jennings too.
I like JSN, but I also like Juwan Jennings. I also like the fact that the Niners are going up against the Seahawks and are going to put up points against the Seahawks. I like that. The Seahawks, on the other hand, are playing the Niners. The Seahawks, on the other hand, are getting back DK Metcalf, where JSN turns back into this freaking 2B option. Not even like you can't really call him like the third option because like it's him with Lockett is just a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, I'm going Jennings.
As much as it sucks, I like Jennings over JSN. The name JSN is telling us to start him. It really is, but that's not the right play in my mind.
I think the reason I'll go Jennings because San Francisco's secondary is better than Seattle's secondary. So.
Yeah, I'll agree with you guys. And so does Mad Max.
There we go. PPR stash, Disley, Juju, Worthy, Corum, Bucks defense.
Play Corum, folks. We are play Corum sighting.
All right. If you are a Kyron Williams owner, Corum is your answer.
Yeah.
If you need a running back, Corum is your answer. If it's just a pure stash and you don't have Kyron,
I'm stashing Worthy.
I'm stashing Juju.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm stashing Worthy.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't expect to hear that from either one of you.
Well, Disley's nothing to me.
No,
Buccaneers defense is nothing to me.
No, if any, I thought maybe it would have been like the opposite. Like Jonesy, I think in my mind I had you saying Juju, and then the other way I had okay, I'm sorry. I had you.
Oh, you mean me saying Worthy? No.
I have you doing Xavier Worthy because Commissioner Rhino hates Xavier Worthy.
I don't hate him.
But now he doesn't hate him, obviously.
I talk crap about Xavier Worthy every week.
Stash. It's a stash. I don't hate him. I just
okay. But here's the thing. In the 1 week we've seen Juju with the Chiefs.
All right. Let's get serious. Let's get serious for a second. Back to Corum. Yes, if you're the Kyron Williams owner, you're gonna want that handcuff moving into the playoffs. So that takes care of that part. Now, Disley, if you're thinking about stashing your second tight end, you could forget about that after this week. Because if you have Disley for your bench right now, I don't like.
No.
That doesn't sound like that's necessary to me. It's necessary if you're Trey McBride manager or if you're the Kate Otten manager. That seems kind of necessary, but not after this week. Yeah. So he's not the stash. Now let's talk about the two wide receivers that both play on the same team. I mean, we got to see. I mean, now with the arrival of DeAndre Hopkins, I'm not sure how much the rookie wide receiver is going to play if Juju remains healthy. That's the way I would look at it.
I see. I just like Worthy's upside more than I do like.
I like his upside too. I don't know if he's going to be on the field that much to have upside, to have the requisite upside that we're looking for. If again, huge capital I, capital F. If Juju is healthy, if Juju's healthy, we know what the personnel is going to look like.
Yeah,
it'll be Juju, DeAndre Hopkins, Travis Kelce, and one of your running backs. Yep. Some three wide receiver sets, and again, that's why I don't know how much opportunity we're going to get from Worthy. Big caveat. The health of Juju Smith-Schuster.
And how they incorporate him and Hopkins together. And we saw, as I was saying before, we've seen Juju, one game,
Yeah.
and he did 7 for 130.
Right.
So because of that role
Yeah.
in the offense, so we have to see how they incorporate Juju and Hopkins together.
Yeah.
To me, the upside to Juju is
yeah,
the highest of this list, in my opinion, and without a Kyron Williams injury, obviously. So I'm stashing Juju. Worthy hasn't done anything the last 3 weeks without Juju. He's not going to do more all of a sudden with Juju and Hopkins. I don't see that. So if you need the running back core, overall stash for me is Juju.
See, I'm not a CMC owner, but thinking I should keep Mason because CMC. Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, I understand that too.
If your running back room is that deep, then yeah.
If you could afford it, if you don't think that you'll need to have the spot allocated to somebody else come next week, come week 12 and come week 14. Because then once you make it, once you get in, Jeff Goat, week 15, you're not. I mean, like then some of these guys become absolutely expendable. Like you don't need any of them really. They're just sitting there collecting dust. Right now, it's kind of, again, it's a little tricky to navigate through next week and week 14. So yeah, if you're not the CMC owner and you want to just like keep him there in case, yes, I get it. So does Max Corleone. Mad Max gets it as well.
All right, start Donald and Tillman over Madison and Jennings, right? That's what I got right now. Must win a 5. I'm 5-5, trying to get there.
Ooh, one of these.
I'm starting. I start
Dun, 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 dun.
I start Donald and Tillman. Just like I already said.
Dun, 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 dun.
That Turner's offense going to look like. I just, it's hard for me to trust the Raiders offense.
5-5 must win. Is it a must win? I don't know if it's a must win. Depends on, I guess.
Could be.
It depends on the rest of your league. So yeah, if you're calling it a must win, we're gonna call it a must win. Start Rico and Cedric the Entertainer over Alexander Madison and Juwan Jennings, right?
I mean, Tillman's the 100% start out of all these guys. So to me, it comes down to Rico, Madison, and Jennings. I don't trust Madison. So it comes down to Jennings and Rico. And I'm probably going to side with Rico Dowdle here just because I know he's at least going to have the opportunity. Where Jennings, could he do well? Yeah, he could. But he's also fighting a lot more people for the opportunity.
I don't think he's fighting any more people for opportunity than Cedric Tillman is. It's not any more than Cedric Tillman or less.
Cedric Tillman's a part of that.
So is Juwan Jennings. Start Dowdle and Tillman over Alexander Madison and Juwan Jennings. It can't be like you can't take Madison. You can't do Dowdle and Jennings, right? It has to be Dowdle and Tillman over Madison and Jennings.
I'm playing Tillman over any of these guys. I would play Tillman over any one of these three any day of the week.
Would you do Dowdle over Madison?
Yes.
Yep.
The question to me is Dowdle or Jennings. And I'm siding with Rico.
Yeah, same here.
I'm Juwan Jennings. I'll die on the Juwan Jennings hill this week. No, I am.
Hey, Max is with you on that one.
Well, I mean, like, I look at it as if this dude is on the field, he's kind of got that Brandon Ayuk role. That's the way I'm looking at it. Is he going to score 3 times? Probably not.
No.
Probably not. Does he have a favorable matchup? Yes. Does Tillman have a favorable matchup? Yes. I like the pedigree with the 49ers and Juwan Jennings, who's been in the system, versus, again, that's a bad play, versus Cedric, who's got a nickname that's entertainer. No, I'm joking. That's playing with that's playing with Jameis Winston. Okay, you know what? He's not the worst quarterback in the world that we've ever seen. No, he's not. He's going to throw for 2 touchdowns. He's also going to throw for 4 interceptions at the same time. So, I mean, that does not mean that Tillman can't be the recipient of one of those scores. Absolutely can definitely happen. Again, I think that I'm going to go with the pedigree and the team and the role. That's how.
So you're saying Jennings over Tillman is what you're saying.
Yeah.
And who's your other?
Now I have to choose. Well, I can't take two. I can't take both of them. I have to take one running back.
No, you can. It was
because that's the way the questions.
Start Donald and Tillman over Madison and Jennings. So that's how I'm reading it. Is he's either starting Donald and Tillman, or he's starting Madison and Jennings.
Yeah, maybe he does need one running back and one wide receiver. Maybe that's what it now that
I would take Rico Dowdle over Alexander Madison.
Yeah.
I would. I do kind of sort of. There is something that's like creeping inside of me. Something that's telling us that we might see a little bit of Zamir tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's his RB2, so he has to have Rico or Madison.
Well, let's go Rico. Let's go Rico. And I'm Rashad Jennings. Jonesy wants Tillman, likes Tillman. I like Tillman too. I do. For this specific situation, for this question, for your roster, it's Juwan. You've played the waiver wire, my friend.
I'm going Tillman too.
You played the waiver wire like a champion, by the way.
Tillman's wide receiver 1 on that team, so I'm going Tillman.
No, it's wide receiver 1 on that team. The dude just came on the scene with Jameis Winston that got the starting job based on
what's
injury.
Juwan Jennings been on the scene?
Since like much earlier than that.
Okay. Juwan Jennings targets the last 4 weeks. 11.
It doesn't matter, Jonesy. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
6, 12, 4.
It doesn't matter.
He's no part of the offense more than Tillman is.
It doesn't matter. I'm going to go. That's why I go pedigree. That's why I go with the system, the San Fran system.
And I go with the system and the role, which is Tillman.
Well, look, we'll be back here at 7:30 tomorrow night.
Well, you guys will. I'll be back.
I'll be back.
We got to play the games. We got to play the games.
Next question.
I bet you they both have really good games.
And they could. I've said that all night. I think I said it last night. I like Juwan Jennings' matchup this week. It's just you have to choose one or the other.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, we can't take them all.
I'm going estimate in this.
Wow. Man, have we fallen from grace.
It's hard not to. I don't know if I can sit Waddle.
He's close to borderline sit.
Yeah, he's like one more week away from it.
No, he's like wide receiver. I mean, he's like wide receiver 34 for the week. That's what I mean by close to sit.
Estimate's probably running back 35.
I could check that.
Probably more 25, but
who's got more volume out of the two?
Well, on paper, estimate should
RB28
get more opportunities, but at some point, I gotta think that Tua's gonna.
I think we'll go with
Someone's
Waddle here.
gonna click with him.
We don't. I don't think we expect Audric Estime to be involved in the passing role for this team. I think that would still go to one of the other two backs, not him. Half PPR.
I'll agree with you. I'll go the Waddle.
Half
Yeah,
PPR.
Raiders defense.
I don't think Estime is going to get us anything there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Waddle. Just one more
I'll go
week.
Waddle too.
If Waddle doesn't do it this week, then he's in that Sid territory for me.
He'll never be on the thumbnail again. Go with the gut, my friend.
Yes.
60, 80 yards and a touchdown, a hopeful outcome. Appreciate you, man, Max Corleone.
MVS or Lockett,
I'm going Lockett.
non-PPR. Ooh. Yeah, I just don't trust that MVS has back-to-back games that
No. Lockett's good for 5 or 6 catches for 60 to 75 yards, maybe a touchdown.
what did Saints?
We would just be
Okay, so
chasing.
target last week for MVS, he had 3 targets.
Two catches, 2 touchdowns.
It's like the Juwan Jennings, week 4, whatever. I don't remember what week it was, where he had those 3 touchdowns. It was just
against the Rams.
Yeah, but I actually think he had quite a few catches in that game, so maybe not.
Yes, he did.
It's just one of those things where a lot of touchdowns gives you that false perception of what happened. Because everyone just sees the touchdowns.
Look,
they don't.
This past Tuesday, when we put MVS in the waiver wire show, because it might be someone to add to stash. I mean, I understand why others may be asking us to start sit MVS. This is not someone that we can rely on a week in, week out basis. Again, unless, of course, we it'd be wonderful, it'd be beautiful if we saw it again. We saw him, or have a little bit more of a consistent stat line, not necessarily like that huge boom spike type of stat line. Let's see him get 5 catches on 6 targets for 80 yards and a touchdown. Let's see him get more involved in the offensive game plan. Yeah, so it's like 2 deep bombs. Yeah. That's chasing MVS.
Right, outlier. Could be an outlier.
Chasing MVS. Hey, Shepard. What's up, my friend? How are you? Have I changed? Yes, I have. He's being utilized. Yeah. 2 weeks later. Yeah, that's the type of that's what we're looking for. A little bit more of a book, so to speak, on him. Yeah. Not that we didn't know what Austin Eckler was, but how is he being used in this offense now? Even with Brian Robinson back, that was still impressive. It was. We saw the utilization with Robinson on the field. So have I changed my mind? Frog Goat? Yes. I appreciate you. Yeah, I do. Thank you for reminding me, holding me accountable.
Hold us accountable.
Holding the shepherd accountable. Yes, I'm here for you. I'm here to serve you. You must hold us accountable. Hold me accountable. Austin Eckler right now. Now, don't think now in 2 weeks, Frog Goat, if he puts up 2 points and 3/4 of a point, that I won't hold you accountable. Never. Right. Number 1, I'm joking. Number two. 1 second. Again, that's not out of the range of outcomes. That's how this game. This is how this game works. Up and down. We all can't be freaking Jamar Chase. We all can't be Derrick Henry right now. Lamar. Cedric the Entertainer. Calvin. The law firm of Jacoby and Myers, along with Flowers. It's the law firm of Cedric Ridley, Jacoby Myers Flowers. Pick two, gentlemen. Pick two.
Probably go Myers and Tillman.
I'm going Tillman. Pretty obvious tonight. And my second pick would be Flowers.
I like Flowers, but it's hit or miss sometimes with him.
I trust the offense more than I trust the Raiders right now. And Ridley will need volume to get to production.
I'll agree with you. I'll go Tillman and Flowers.
So I'm just gonna edge on Flowers just because I like the offense better. I think Deontay Johnson gets a step forward in that offense this week. I think we finally see a little bit more from him. And that could hurt Flowers, but I'm still gonna side with Flowers this week.
I'm looking forward to that game. Shit.
After Tomlin made a comment about not really worrying about Johnson, I bet they need Johnson.
Yep. And it could be a huge Johnson game, and that could hurt Flowers. But I don't trust Myers enough and the Titans offense enough right now. So Tillman, Flowers for me.
Yeah, great. Got offered Njoku plus McConkey and Najee for Kelsey and Waddle. I'm in a must-win spot. Should I do it?
Plus Najee.
Yeah. No, I would do that.
Njoku, McConkey, and Najee for Kelsey.
Yeah.
Just for the shirt. Forget the fact that it's a 3-on-2. But you're going to pick up a running back. And you're getting a wide receiver that's been more consistent than Jalen Waddle on the Dolphins, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Man, it's crazy, but it's not that nuts. Njoku's not that terribly far off of Kelsey. Not terribly.
And Kelsey's scoring 2 more points per week PPR than Njoku. So
I rest my case.
So I'm doing this just because you're getting
Najee.
Yeah, Najee, and you're getting a bench piece probably with McConkey, to fill a bye week slot or something.
It's a good deal.
Yeah, good deal.
It's a good deal for you. It'll help. That'll help your team.
All right, Marvin Allen, Higgins, D-Hop, or Mooney.
Pick one, Marvin. Marvin, go.
I'm assuming pick one.
Probably go D-Hop.
Against the Bills, Mooney against the Broncos, wide receiver.
I'm going T. Higgins.
Ooh, whoa.
I like T. Higgins too.
Wasn't expecting that one.
But I think San Diego secondaries, Charger secondary is better than Buffalo secondary.
I'll go with D-Hop.
Yeah, I'm going D-Hop.
D-Hop in that kind of sort of.
See, to me, we don't know.
Game of the week, I should call it.
To me, we don't know what D-Hop's role will be with Juju back. That's what scares me off of that. With having another option like Higgins, we know what Higgins is. We know what Mooney is. I think either one of those. Yeah, I'm gonna go Higgins.
I have D-Hop. Denver defense or Miami defense? I'd have to drop Juju to pick up Miami for this week. I want to keep Denver as I want to drop Juju for defense.
Just roll with Denver.
Yeah, roll with Denver.
I'm not dropping Juju. I'm not dropping Juju for a defense.
No.
Denver. No. Denver's got a good defense. You should be fine.
One more question. Who should I start for my tight end spot? Ingram, Pat, or pick up Will Disley, Johnny Smith?
Will Disley to
Evan Ingram.
Disley, Grizzly Bear. If you got Evan Ingram, you could probably roll with Evan Ingram.
Yeah, I agree.
That's such a shitty, lousy situation over there, though. That would probably be the only dude that he could find would be Evan Ingram. Probably. If Mac could complete anything tomorrow, it would be to Evan Ingram.
Yeah.
I mean, Ingram the last few weeks, 10 points, 11.5 points, 13.6 points.
And that was with Lawrence. What happened last week?
Last week, what did I say, 10? 10 points last week in a PPR.
John is the sneaky one also. Again, based on how we've seen that usage, how we've seen Tua looking for him, targeting him. He almost got in the end zone last week, and I'm actually kind of sort of surprised by it because historically, this team does not use that tight end. So, I mean, John is kind of sneaky as well there. Evan Ingram's not bad. Still, I mean, he can't hit Brian Thomas Jr. If Brian Thomas Jr. was a barnyard, he couldn't hit him.
I'm not giving Devontae Smith and D-Hop for DK.
No.
I'm
holding on to Devonta and D-Hop.
Yeah.
Carchizzle, goat. Carchizzle.
How you doing?
Both those dudes for DK? Nah.
I'm going Disley.
The Disley Bear.
I'm going Knox. 8 in, choose 2, half PPR, Garrett Wilson, Tyreek Hill, CD Lamb.
I think I would go Garrett Wilson and Tyreek Hill. I think Darryl Stanley Jr. will be on CD Lamb.
Yeah, I mean, we got the Jets and Indy. So I could go Tyreek and Garrett Wilson here.
Without doubt. That's a no-brainer to me. Unfortunately, that's a no-brainer.
Texans D or Dolphins D? This is a tough one because Minshew gives up freaking averages like 3 turnovers a game, some kind of crap like that, and he's starting.
Dolphins, he looked pretty good, although they're coming up on short rest, aren't they? Right? I mean, you got to kind of sort of play that into account a little bit.
And Texans D
is getting extra rest.
Yeah.
Gets the extra day.
I like Texans D still.
Texans for me.
Yeah, I think the Raiders' offense line is a little bit better than Dallas's. Herbert or Wilson this week?
Talking about 2 pass funnels, right? They're both pass funnels.
Yeah. I'm going Wilson. I mean, you can't go wrong with your one. It's hard to.
Yeah, they're both very similar offenses. You know, they're both run-first offenses.
They're both playing against bad secondaries.
And they're exactly. So, So the Steelers are at home, and Chargers are home. So that doesn't give anyone an edge. It's really close for me on this one.
Everybody's just all over the Russell Wilson bandwagon.
To me, with this situation, I'm looking at my opponent's team. If they have any of the pass catchers on either team, that's my decision for the quarterback.
That's a good tip.
Yeah, 100%.
If they have George Pickens, I'm going Russell Wilson. If they have Ladd McConkey, I'm Michael Herbert.
That's a good tiebreaker right there for sure.
But I think they're very close this week. So
Chaka Khan.
No.
No.
Would you start Russ over Josh Allen with the matchup? You are never sitting Josh Allen. He is in your lineup. The only way Josh Allen isn't in your lineup is if he is injured and out.
If they cloned like 8 other Chris Joneses and like 3 other like McDuffies, I still would start Josh Allen over Russ.
Yeah, the only way you're not starting Josh Allen
is
if the guy with
matter.
Lamar Jackson drops him and you get him off waivers.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
We're being asked that because of the defenses that they're playing. Where
Yeah.
Russ is playing against, again, Russell Wilson's playing against 7 defenders. Josh Allen is playing against a highly ranked Chiefs defense. That's why we're being asked this question.
But see, like with me, so the deciding factor on this is Josh Allen at the goal line is going to get carries more than Russ.
It doesn't matter. He'll get it done. He'll get it done. This won't be.
But okay, so here's the thing, though. Looking at history of these teams, and I know it changes year to year with players and rankings of defenses and things, but Josh Allen has thrown for over 300 yards 2 out of 4 times, and he's been positive. He's thrown for 3 touchdowns in both of those games, and he's had 2 games with, mediocre. He's only thrown 2 picks in 4 games against them.
Yeah.
In his career. So, I mean, it should be a competitive game. You're always starting Josh Allen. It's like my comments earlier about Drake London. You're always starting your stud guys, no matter what. I mean, unless it's a very, very close comparison of the players, which Josh Allen and Russell Wilson are not the same player. They're not in the same tier. Yeah, you're going Josh Allen.
Dylan, thank you. Like and subscribe. Full PPR, 2 questions. Start 1 tight end, Taysom, Knox, Disley, Komet. Start 1 quarterback, A-Rich, 2 of May. Thanks in advance. So tight end. I think I would go Disley and Tua.
Yeah, so would I think.
Yeah.
So would I, especially in the quarterback situation. You've got Tua, who's probably, again, it's going to be your safest quarterback out of those 3. Although Anthony Richardson could explode against the Jets, it's possible. Drake May will probably not explode, but he's offering us, his rushing ability. So that's good. That should get that will save him. And in terms of a tight end, man, I mean, Dawson Knox will probably fall into the end zone one way or another.
Yeah, there's that.
Wouldn't expect a ton of yards, and I wouldn't expect a handful of catches either. But he'll probably fall in the end zone here. Taysom Hill will probably fall in the end zone as well. Someone's got to score for the Saints.
So out of the 4, who do you think has got the most volume?
Out of the 4 tight ends?
Yeah.
I don't think any of them. The most opportunity and the player that could be used in the most different ways, obviously, is Taysom Hill here.
Yeah. So maybe I think I'll go Taysom Hill.
Whether it's catching a pass, whether it's out of the wildcat, or God forbid I say God forbid. That's what makes him a fluke. Him throwing the ball as well. So I mean, he could be used in all those matters. I think you could consider that the most volume.
Yeah.
I don't like it though.
Me, I'm going Taysom Hill.
I don't necessarily like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and at quarterback, your safest play right there, from what we've
Tua.
seen so far, as long as he's on the field, is Tua. As long as
Safe,
he's on the field.
safe plays to your ceiling play, shoot for the moon is Richardson, but
Yeah.
it's a risk.
Start one PPR, Ridley, Etienne, or Amari Cooper. If Amari Cooper is healthy and playing, I'm going Amari Cooper. If not, then I think I'd play Ridley over Etienne.
Forgot about Etienne. Forgot about that guy.
Because of Detroit's defense.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to get some pass catching,
Yeah.
but I don't trust the Jaguars offense.
Tennessee's playing the Vikings, right?
Yeah.
The Vikings. I
The
like
Vikings,
that.
and the Vikings can be thrown on, so
Ridley's been playing well. I can see this dilemma here. I'm going to presume that Amari Cooper is going to play tomorrow, like we did last week. We presumed and we were incorrect. I'm going to presume that he's going to play against the Chiefs. I'm not so confident that he's going to have a good game against the Chiefs if he does play. I'm not so confident in that. I'm going to go Ridley here.
yeah, I'm going Ridley.
Chaka.
I'm going if Cooper's healthy and playing. I'm playing Cooper. I have this exact dilemma myself in a league: Cooper or Ridley, and I put Cooper in. I changed it earlier today because I had Ridley in earlier in the week, and I'm going with Cooper unless he's not playing. Then I'll switch it back. But as long as Cooper's playing, as long as Cooper's playing, I'm going to play Cooper.
Your boy's here. Your boy.
Trey Parton needs a tight end. He has Mike Evans on his bench. Should I offer Hawk for him? Or do you have Otten? Yeah.
Well, if your trade partner needs a tight end, I'd try to trade him Kate Otten.
Yeah, true.
I mean, I'd put it this way. I want Mike Evans.
Yeah.
If I can get Mike Evans. But I'd rather have Hawkinson than Kate Otten the rest of the season. So, I mean, if Mike Evans, if dude will give up Mike Evans for Hawkinson, I would probably do it. But
Yeah.
I would try to trade him Otten before I trade him Hawkinson. But because maybe he'd do that because Otten, to me, Otten's on his way down, or his ceiling's going to be capped as soon as Mike Evans hits that field again. So I want to sell high. The best way to win in fantasy football is buying low and selling high. But when the players are high, no one ever wants to sell. That's the hardest thing to do in fantasy football is sell high on a player. Because you're afraid that they're going to keep doing it, and whoever you're getting back isn't going to do it. But if you want to win and you want to get the championships, those are moves you make, and that's how you win. It's by taking a guy that's Kate Otten that came off the waiver wire and getting Mike Evans for him.
Those are goat moves. Goat moves.
So that's where I would start. I would just offer him straight up Kate Otten, or maybe you have a wide receiver depth piece you could add in with Kate Otten, and if you need to, and you can get Mike Evans, maybe. I mean, but then if he comes back, Hawkinson for Evans, I'd still do it.
They are on bye, so it's not like
yeah.
I mean, no, they're both on bye, so like when they do return week 12 from bye, it's not that far out of the question, right? To have both wide receiver and tight end on the same team.
So Chris needs to win. Should I trade Breece Hall? Should I package Tillman and Hall for say Connor or Lamb? I'm not trading Breece Hall.
I'm not trading Tillman either.
Yeah. No.
I mean, I like Connor, but I don't think you're not upgrading going from Hall to Connor. If anything, it's just a lateral move. And to me, I'm all in on Tillman.
Yeah, and plus Winston's a better quarterback.
This isn't the move, Crisco, to get wins. With the situation that's
if you were going from like Alexander Madison or something to Connor, I could justify it.
It's the land part that's bothering me. We have to pray to the fantasy gods that he happens to be a lone recipient of very, very minimal Cooper Rush touchdowns moving forward. It's that part that's bothering me.
All right, fellas, this is gonna be my last question for the night. Okay, so, hey, fellas, I have another one for you. Full PPR. Who would you start, Bowers or Njoku? And I need a flex. Brees Hall, Downs, or Hill. I'm flexing Hall, and I'm playing. I think I might play Njoku. I'm worried about Jalen Ramsey being on Bowers tomorrow, but I don't know. I'm flexing Hall, that's for sure. Or Tyreek Hill. Never mind. You guys go first, and I'll swing back around.
All right. Njoku, beautiful matchup this week, but I'm still siding with Bowers on this one, just because he's the offense. Brock Bowers is that offense. And Njoku, I love it, but as Sieg has said earlier, everyone is a wide receiver one on that offense.
You gotta love his hair too. You gotta love Njoku's hair. And Njoku's got some nice hair.
I love anybody with hair.
Oh, that dude's stylish.
No.
So I'm gonna go Bowers here, and flex, I'm going to do Brees Hall.
I'm gonna do Bowers and Hall.
Me too.
Josh Downs is a non-factor in this. Tyreek, if that's Tyreek and not Taysom.
Oh, true.
I just trust Hall more than Tyreek right now.
All right, gentlemen, you have a nice evening.
Commissioner Rhino.
All
right, brothers.
Enjoy your evening. Thank you.
Peace out.
And then there were two. Goats, we will be with you through the remainder of this week 11 Start Sit show. If you're just joining us right now, please give us a like. Please subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate you. Thank you very much for being here. Let's keep it rolling. Cut Chisel Goat, what are we doing right now? Dropping Jordan Love for Russ? Huh? We get drop Jordan Love for Russell Wilson. Everyone's like so crazed over Russell Wilson. Yes, he's doing well. It's great. It's fantastic. Like Russ is he's not being disrespected anymore. Russell Wilson, even in his best days, still had off days, poor days, and so does Jordan Love. Obviously, right? Jordan Love. It's not like he's infallible. I mean, but come on, we drop Jordan Love.
Yeah, the thing is if you drop Jordan Love, you're not getting them back.
Yeah, right now, Cart Chisel Go. Do you remember Cart Chisel Go? Last year, it got so bleak with quarterback injuries last year. It's not as though that can't take place again in a matter of weeks 12, 13, weeks 13, 14, like all of a sudden, like two go down, one go. Are you not going to work? Come here. This is a commodity, an asset that you just can't just throw away right now. You need to hold both of them. If you got both of them, you're holding both of them. No, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Go back.
He doesn't
have both.
Yeah.
If you can, you may want to think about adding Russell Wilson. Make sure somebody else doesn't. That's what I wanted to add in. Make sure. maybe add Russell, and we're playing the matchup come.
I mean,
2 weeks
to
from
me,
now.
Jordan Love's a start every week. You're not ever
The
really
Packers,
sitting Jordan Love.
the Packers just got off a bye. The Steelers have had their bye, so
Yeah.
you don't have that problem.
No, I'd rather you. To me, and for unless I'm in a super flex league, once my quarterback has a bye, I don't even draft 2 quarterbacks.
No, you don't.
Something
You don't
just falls.
You don't.
So
No.
I pick up my bye week quarterback. I try to do it the week before the bye, so I get who I want. And then as soon as that bye is over, I have 1 quarterback on my roster the rest of the year. I use that spot for either a swing rotating spot for bye weeks, or running back stash or something.
And just glimpsing over, Coach Chisel does have Kyler Murray on the bye, so he's going to stick with Jordan Love. Not pick up Russell Wilson. He's already got Kyler on bye. He has 2 quarterbacks on bye. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's got Kyler. He's got Kyler, and now he's got Jordan Love. Perfect. Your boy playing against Barkley. Need to start 1 for the flex. Whew. Yeah.
Dowdle, Odunze, or Pop Douglas.
Well,
PPR.
I got some disappointing news for you, Goat Boy. I don't think either one of these dudes are going to get us to like the 40 points that we're down. Now, which one of these 3 can we attempt to maybe make some of it back? Maybe. I mean, I don't think it's Rico. Yeah. What if Rico Dowdle is the recipient of like the passing touchdown? Maybe he gets the rush as well. Maybe 60 to 80 yards. Maybe that could be a 20-point game. It could be. You think Odunze could do it? I think Odunze could possibly do it, but not the way they've been playing.
I think he could, and it's I said earlier to someone that had DJ Moore, I said if Jair Alexander doesn't play, if Jair Alexander doesn't play, the Chicago Bears wide receivers have an automatic start, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I heard you say that was DJ Moore.
It goes for all of them because it just trickles down, or trickles up,
Yeah, so again, you play.
I don't see for a ceiling. I don't see Pop Douglas having more of a ceiling than 15 points, and I don't see Rico Dowdle having more of a ceiling than 15 points. Odunze is that? It's a stretch, but
I bet you that your boy Goat's got other dudes on the squad that are just as capable as putting up the 40 points that Saquon did. And then it's like, okay, game on. And this is just the flex right here. This is a flex.
Yeah.
So not one of these dudes in a flex spot. It's going to be hard to come by for them to even sniff 12 to 15 PPR. So let's give them the best one out of these 3. For me, it's going to be Rico here.
Yeah.
With the volume.
Rico, unless Jair Alexander's out for some reason, I would possibly think about going to Odunze. But other than that, it's Rico. Dolphins or Browns defense?
Dolphins.
I think I'm going to say the Browns. Browns got New Orleans.
Alvin, Taysom, Juwan. It's not like it's going to be a shutout. They're both good.
Yeah,
they're both good. But the Dolphins are a better unit this season statistically. They're better ranked.
Are they?
Yes.
All right. I don't know the exact specs on that, but it's all
the specifications.
I'll tell you
the specifications.
The Jonesy mind test says otherwise, but I could be wrong.
Pass defense against the pass. Against the pass. This vaunted Miami defense. God almighty, where are they? Oh, yeah. Right here. Against the pass, they're ranked 8th, 191 yards allowed per game, and a total of 8 touchdowns. The Browns are not too far behind them. Ranked 13th, 205 yards per game. A little bit more touchdowns allowed. A little bit more. Would you like the run? Against the run? Against the run, Browns, against the run, Dolphins 12th, allowing 114 on the ground, 10 touchdowns. Browns, 2 spots below them, allowing 122 yards on the ground, 11 touchdowns. It's pretty close.
Well, they're pretty close.
They're pretty close.
So then it comes down to just turnovers and points per game, and
it's pretty close. And I mean, scoring defense in terms of scoring, $17 Dolphins, 21 Browns. So red zone. What does the red zone tell us? Defensive red zone touchdown rate. Yeah, the rate. How often do they allow touchdowns inside the red zone? Not big plays, red zone. Dolphins, Browns. 50% Dolphins. 50% rate in the red zone. So, where is that 50%? 1 out of every 2 plays in the red zone, they allow a touchdown. Is that what that's telling you?
I guess.
I think that's what it's telling us. Browns are 63%. So that's almost 2 out of every 3 plays, the Browns allow a touchdown in the red zone.
Well, they're a lot closer than I thought they were. So.
Trade Monty.
Trade Monty for Marvin Harrison and Eckler. I'm not doing it, man. No. Unless you're desperate and need a wide receiver. Because you're taking an automatic start running back every single week and trading him for Marvin Harrison and Eckler, who I like Eckler. I said 5 weeks ago probably that you should be starting Eckler every single week.
He's getting in my graces. He's a borderline flex. He's a borderline flex play.
Yes.
He's a borderline flex play, but you don't want to take Eckler for Monty just because you're getting Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, I mean Montgomery's. Montgomery's doing 15 points a game. What's Marvin Harrison doing? Harrison's giving you just under 12. Eckler. Can't find Eckler.
I was
Eckler's just under 12 also.
I was actually looking at Marvin Harrison's numbers today. Oh my God. So he's kind of on pace, or he's projected to get to about 10 touchdowns. So that was kind of like what we thought we were going to get out of him preseason. He's probably going to get you close to 1,000 to 1,100 yards, probably somewhere in the middle of that. That's kind of sort of what we thought we were going to get out of him. Now we get to receptions. Jonesy, receptions. He's got 33 catches on the year.
Yeah.
Not even close. He won't even. He'll be lucky if he could get to 66.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
At this point, where catches are way lower than what we thought we were going to get. We thought we were maybe going to get somewhere around, I believe, 75 to 85 balls out of Marvin Harrison. That's not happening. Touchdowns, yes. Touchdowns, he's close. If he's got 6 now, we could definitely get to around 8 to 9 to 10. Yards, he's just around. It's going to be close, but he's at 600 and change.
Yeah.
Catches, my God. You have two clunkers that have really killed it, and then some other games where he's just you're not getting a seriously high volume receiver right now.
Yeah, back in May, I made a post. I used to do a lot of those over under. I'd put a stat line out, and for Marvin Harrison, I said 1,200 yards receiving and 1,200 yards receiving and 8 touchdowns is what I said over under. So I mean that's what I was expecting.
He's got it. The touchdowns are spot on,
yeah.
and yards are basically right there.
Yeah, I didn't do catches, but I assumed he would be a 130, 140 target guy, but
nope. Never. I'm not. I mean, this isn't. I'm not suggesting that he's now all of a sudden not of the same caliber type of wide receiver as he was coming into this season. No, I don't think like his skill has diminished. I don't believe that. No, just from what we've seen so far out of this offensive scheme or the system, it's just not working out so far. And it's not like there's an alpha wide receiver there either. There isn't. Anyway, I just thought I would throw that in there.
All right, so we're holding Monty with this?
Your boy. I'm holding Monty, of course.
Okay.
So Warren is. Look at this news. Oh no, not that. So did that just come in, Mad Max? Mad Max Corleone Goat. So
I don't know. I'm not sure who he's talking about with this comment, though.
I've got
it could be.
I've got a more recent one. Jaylen Warren is expected to play, barring a setback.
Okay.
Yeah, well, so they elevated somebody, I guess as a precaution. Isn't that what we heard tonight? Didn't we, Mad Max? We heard otherwise, but nevertheless, it happens. It happens. Nothing is foolproof. Not even information these days. Information these days aren't even foolproof.
Well, Ron was just saying what I think Deepak was saying in his posts. He wasn't going off of any hard.
I was. I went off of a Steeler YouTube content creator who thought that Jaylen Warren wasn't going to play because they elevated a running back off the practice squad. That's my info.
Yeah, usually okay. Well, usually when someone's elevated, it usually means that someone's sitting.
Yeah,
but
now we're being told otherwise. Well, we're being told barring a setback. So okay, it could be he could have been elevated as a precaution. What is that? How does that change things? Well, first off, first things first, we have to make sure that he's definitely active. B, if he, because even when he was playing earlier in the season with sort of like that leg injury knee, he wasn't really being used well, and he wasn't playing well, Jaylen Warren.
No.
I'm not sure. I wish we could go back and find all the Jalen Warren questions, but we can't do that. We can't do that. New information breaking right now, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, who can I get for Jonathan Taylor? I think did he ask this last night to us too?
Or last Tuesday?
I remember this question, or someone else had the same question or something.
Well, Exco, we had a nice little conversation. Well, from another goat who asked us about the talents of one Jonathan Taylor and also about the talents of Devon Achane. And looking at them side by side, these two running backs are very, very close to one another. They have a little bit of a different skill set than one another, but nevertheless, they are pretty close to one another. Who could you get for Jonathan Taylor?
Let's put it this way. These are the only people I would accept for Jonathan Taylor. A-Chain I would consider. Kyron, Jahmyr Gibbs, Kenneth Walker, Bijan, Saquon, Kamara, Mixon, Henry. Those are the only running back. Yeah, I'm just saying who's scoring more points than him this year. I mean, and wide receivers. The only ones I'm taking for wide receivers are A.J. Brown, Amon-Ra, Malik Neighbors, Cooper Kupp, maybe Justin Jefferson, Nico, Jamar Chase. That's it.
Just because Kenneth Walker has scored more points than Jonathan Taylor year to date doesn't mean that's how it's going to finish.
I'm not going off a year to date. I'm going off of points per game.
So an average.
Yes, average of what games they've played.
See, I would have a hard time accepting Kenny Walker, as much as I love him, Kenny Walker for JT straight up.
Yeah,
as much as I love Kenny Walker.
I'd probably hold JT, but if I'm getting a question of who can I get, I'm just going to tell you who I would take. It doesn't matter who you can. It's who are you trading Jonathan Taylor to? What do they need? That's what you need to look at. Who is the running back needy team, and what do they have in return? You're not just getting a blanket. Some people might not want Jonathan Taylor. He doesn't have a good reputation for some people.
Who can I get for Jonathan Taylor? Yeah.
So
you have Jonathan Taylor. What do you need? Who do you want? Do you want a tear down at running back? But do you need a nice wide receiver in return? I mean, you can get two players for Jonathan Taylor. It's got to be the right two players.
Who can you get? You could go get Cedric Tillman and Xavier Worthy. Is it worth that? No, but you could get that. I hate to say this, but I hate these types of questions.
You could probably
what can I get for this player?
You could probably get Cedric Tillman and let's say dare I say like a Chase Brown? Dare I say like maybe a little bit up from Chase Brown?
Maybe. If that's what you need to do, but
you could probably do that. You could probably get that.
I'm assuming he's or she needs to get or wants to get a wide receiver probably. Because most people, when they want to trade someone, they want to move positions. They want to give up the wide receiver for a running back or vice versa. So, your boy must win this week. Should I have Hawkinson this week? Should I trade McBride for Tank Dell and Evan Ingram? I have a week flex this week and next. Oh, this is confusing. Okay. I have Hawkinson this week. Should I trade McBride?
Maybe Mad Max answered him.
Trade McBride for Tank Dell and Evan Ingram. He has a week flex this week and next week. Devontae is on bye, and I probably need to win out. Okay. So you have Hawkinson and McBride. So should you trade McBride for Tank Dell and Evan Ingram is what you're saying is what I'm taking from this. I mean, if you're that weak at flex and you have Hawkinson, I would try to trade McBride for Tank Dell and another wide receiver or a running back. I wouldn't try to get another tight end back. I would just run Hawkinson the rest of the year and get 2 wide receivers or a Tank Dell and a running back. That's what I would do. That gives you more options, better options. You'd have a higher ceiling than having another tight end that's just going to sit on your bench. So, honestly, if you have a guy like Hawkinson, Evan Ingram, Trey McBride, Travis Kelce, Andrews, you should only have one tight end on your roster, unless you're forced to keep more. As soon as that guy has his bye week, the other one's shipped out. You get what you can. I mean, you don't give them away, obviously, but you try to move them to someone that needs a tight end. And then you use that roster spot for a running back or a wide receiver. So,
what this gentleman said.
You mean me, or
Yes.
you were pointing at the chat?
That's better right there.
All right.
This gentleman. He's a Viking. He's a Vikings fan, so I know for sure he'd accept Hawk for Evans, but I'll try on first.
That's from earlier. Yeah.
Thank you, Jeff Goat. Thank you, Jeff Goat, I should say. Coach Chisel. Let's pray to the fantasy gods later. I have Texans D. Look, a little prayer never hurt anybody. Not at all. Not at all. But I'm willing to bet you stick with us. We're going to take you to the promised land. We're going to take all the goats to the promised land, to the ship land. Who can I get? I have Lamar Jackson, CMC. So now the team's unfolding, right? Now the plot thickens. Who can I have Lamar Jackson, CMC, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. This is a must-win game, and I am 5-5. And he's already trying to trade Jonathan Taylor.
Okay, if this is the same team with Jonathan Taylor,
yes,
you're not trading Jonathan Taylor. You're keeping Jonathan Taylor, unless you're only starting one running back. I don't know how you're 5-5 if you have Lamar Jackson, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. I understand CMC's been hurt, so that hurts you there. But just with Lamar, Justin, and Jamar, I mean, that should.
I bet you don't lose another game. Just make sure get another quarterback for the Ravens bye.
Yeah,
that's and Jonathan Taylor is coming up on bye as well.
Yeah, I'm guessing this is probably like a 8-team league or something like that. But yeah, if this is the team with Jonathan Taylor, I'm not trading Jonathan Taylor. You're welcome, Oliver. That's what we're here for, to help you guys. Your boy, I have A-Chain, Tyreek, Adams, Hawk, and Chase Brown. What? Okay. That was up in the trade.
I
The
have
last one we
A-Chain.
just did. Tyreek.
A-Chain, Tyreek, D. Adams, Hawk, and Chase Brown. Okay.
I'm just relooking. That's for the McBride for Tank Dell and Evan Ingram. When I was just talking about. I mean, if you have them, I mean, everything I said before is still valid. But I would try to get 2 wide receivers or a wide receiver running back.
Monty Waddle for Chuba and D-Hop. Monty and
Chubb.
Waddle for Chuba.
Chubb.
My bad. Yep.
Yeah. No.
No, it's Waddle. D-Hop is still kind of sort of close. Monty is a click or 2 above Chubb. When I say click, that's kind of like military term. He's a tier up, at least.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Monty or Waddle or taking the Monty Waddle. I'm assuming you already have the Waddle, but I could be wrong. Monty Waddle, that's what you want. Justin Herbert or Sam Darnold?
Herbert.
Yeah. I think it's clear cut. Herbert this week. Broncos or Chiefs? I think we did this, or
It's not the easiest call, though. It really isn't, because I know that he wants to definitely play the Chiefs. The Chiefs are a really, really good defense this season. The Chiefs are playing the Buffalo Bills. It's not the easiest call. Now the Broncos are a pretty solid defense this year, too. They've got the Falcons coming into town. I'm going to play the Broncos defense in this situation.
yeah, I'm just playing the Broncos.
And again, it's I get it. I don't want to play the Chiefs defense playing against Josh Allen. I don't want to do that. There's Skywalker, Monty, Aaron in the flex. I want Kenny Skywalker here. I know Monty. I know you. I love Monty also. Believe me, I like Monty. But in the flex, I kind of want to try to get some sort of other. I want some other scoring. I want receptions. Kenny Walker's going to give us a couple of points, just catching the ball.
Yeah, I can go with you on this one with Ken.
Yeah, like Monty's. Monty's a great RB2. But I mean, out of those options,
You know what you're getting with Montgomery every week.
Yeah,
I
want some more points out of the flex.
Kenneth Walker can put that point total to a higher ceiling than Montgomery can, just because Walker is not really sharing much where Monty is.
This should be Kenny Walker's 7th total, if I'm not mistaken. 7th total game against the Niners. It's really not, though, because as flukish as it is, he misses games each year, right? But he only missed a couple here, a couple there. He's made half of his missed games have come against the Niners. Yeah, no, it's a little fluky. So yeah, he doesn't have a whole large sampling against the Niners. Nevertheless, I mean, considering that they're in the same division, this should be his 7th game, counting a playoff appearance as well in 2022, not last year. Anyway.
Okay, so back to the money for Marvin Harrison Eckler trade. He's got Josh Allen at quarterback, Mixon, Kamara, Justin Jefferson, London, Kittle, Monty, Jennings. That's his starting lineup. I feel Marvin Harrison has higher ceiling than Eckler in playoffs.
Yeah, so do I. I mean, truth be told, we were just saying a little while ago, look, we're eating a little bit of Eckler crow.
No. Higher than Monty. So Marvin Harris, he's saying he thinks Marvin Harrison Jr. has a higher ceiling than Montgomery, and that's why he's considering doing the trade.
I mean, he kind of does in a sense, yeah. We're not throwing the ball to David Montgomery as we were just alluding to with the last question. So it's out. Yeah, in a sense, he does. He does have a high ceiling. If Kyler Murray will throw the ball to him and throw to him often, yeah, he's got a hell of a high ceiling. He's got a 30-point high ceiling. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, to me, wide receivers always have a higher ceiling, almost. As long as they're in the same tier of player, Yeah, so I can agree that Marvin Harrison could have a higher ceiling, but what would I feel more comfortable with? Rolling into the playoffs with, Montgomery in a spot or Marvin Harrison Jr. in a spot. I mean, me personally, I'd feel better with Mooney there. The spot I want to upgrade is that Jennings spot. I would rather see Marvin Harrison Jr. over Jennings if I can make that work somehow.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. Because Eckler, to me, I mean, you got Mixon, you got Kamara, you got Mooney. You got 3 strong running backs. I think you're okay there. I wouldn't mind having Eckler too, but I mean, as a flex,
No.
yeah, no, I mean, I could see why you would do it, but I think I'm still holding Mooney. Warren expected to play, barring setbacks.
Then I think that info changed also. Bray Rock, goat. Yo, what's up, man? Ended up trading George a couple of weeks ago. Stashed him, and now a guy wants him. He wants him back. The only people I want on his team would be Justin Jefferson, Kenny Walker. Which one should I go for?
Well, I mean, Justin Jefferson's the cream of the crop. I mean, but you're not going to get Justin Jefferson for George Pickens, or at least you shouldn't. I think Pickens for Walker could be a 1-for-1 swap possibility.
Yeah, I was just about to say. That seems more realistic in a trade, but yeah.
What I don't understand is how you traded for Pickens to stash him. That's what I don't get.
Couple of weeks ago when Justin Fields was still the quarterback.
Yeah. I mean,
right?
I mean, I guess if he bought,
like look, a couple of weeks ago to me was also like July, right? So a couple of weeks ago, Justin Fields was still the quarterback. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, if you can swing getting Justin Jefferson for George Pickens, do that in a heartbeat every single second of the day. But then to me, it just comes down to, do you need more depth at running back or do you need more depth at wide receiver? If you need it at wide receiver, you just hold Pickens. If you can't, upgrade it. If you need it at running back, go get a Kenneth Walker. I'm okay with Pickens for Walker.
Bray Rock, man, you're a freaking animal. You're a freaking goat.
Rate rest of the season. D-Hop, Evans, Harrison Jr., Reed, PPR.
I feel like Tony Goat has been his ears must have been ringing with how we're talking about Marvin Harrison Jr. We've been talking about Jayden Reed tonight. D-Hop's come up a lot tonight.
Yep.
Rest of the season, I mean, like, look, as much as we love Mike Evans, and it wasn't a serious like hamstring issue. He's coming back now, week 12. He's 31 years old, I believe. That this thing he could re-aggravate it again. And that would not surprise me. It really wouldn't. Is he going to get peppered with targets? Yeah, because there is no Chris Godwin. So if he could stay, knock on wood, healthy, I'm going to put him up top. I'm going to put Mike Evans up top. I'll go again. I'm going to be high on the Green Bay wide receiver, then maybe Marvin Harrison, then D-Hop.
I agree. I think it's Evans for the same, without Chris Godwin, the sky's the limit for him. And then I'm going Jayden Reed, and then Marvin Harrison, and then D-Hop at the end.
But Jonesy, don't think though. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm not really one that gets nervous in terms of players and player injury and whether they are hurt or playing hurt. I'm not that guy. For some reason, I kind of feel sort of that way with Evans. I kind of feel like I am nervous.
Yeah, I don't because I think if it was that bad, they would have IR'd him.
You know what it is? I know what it is. the fact that he played in that game, knowing that he wasn't 100%, got hurt, came back, and even made it worse, and then eventually just left the game. I think it was that situation that is telling me now, like, God damn, man, what, dude, you should not have even played that game. Maybe we wouldn't be here. Nevertheless, maybe that's why I'm a little bit nervous. Yeah. Tony Goat, man, that's a hell of a wide receiver room, bro.
Yeah, that's a good room if that's your wide receiver room. That's
a hell of a wide receiver room.
There we go. Frenzy Fantasy, 10-man PPR. Trade Debo and B. Robinson for Drake London. Other RPs are Derrick Henry and Gibbs. I'm not trading Debo and Brian Robinson for Drake London. That's too much in my opinion.
Despite the fact that your other running backs are Derrick and Jahmyr Gibbs. You know, you're gonna be happy you didn't trade Brian Robinson along with Deebo Samuel when, again, knock on wood, because this could definitely happen, because it happened already before the season started. Jahmyr Gibbs messes up his hammy again.
Yeah.
Or sprains his knee, and he's shut down until the wild card game.
No. My rule of thumb when I'm in a league, and it really goes for if it's 8-man, 10-man, 12-man, 14, however many teams there are. If I start 2 running backs, I want 3 running backs I trust and can start. And then I got one that's either a flex play that moves into the running back slot, on bye weeks, or one guy that's just a bench stash that I know I can start at any moment and feel at least okay about it. So to me, if you only have Derrick Henry and Gibbs, I'm not trading away Brian Robinson. Because if one of these guys gets hurt, jumping from Debo to Drake London will not be enough to save your season if one of these running backs get hurt and you don't have Brian Robinson to step in. Debo can do just as much as Drake London. He has all the capability in the world. Is he as reliable? No. But to me, that's too much.
Your boys.
Would you do McBride for Shakir and Tank Dell? If you need the wide receiver depth, because that was the one where he had.
You're gaining 2 players tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, and I like Shakir and I like Tank Dell. I mean, they're both guys that you can play every week. And if you have the tight end depth,
there's some serious positive touchdown regression coming out of Trey McBride. Man has not scored a touchdown yet, right? Tell me I'm not mistaken. He has not scored a touchdown yet.
I'm actually on.
Or receiving touchdown. Like, no, I'm not talking about that stupid little end around that they gave him, right?
Yeah, no, he does not have a touchdown.
He doesn't even was I must have been dreaming. Yeah, no, he doesn't. He doesn't have he's due in a very serious way. Much to the Marvin Harrison Jr. Chagrin owners' chagrin. Nevertheless, I think Tank Dell is a low-end wide receiver 2, high-end wide receiver 3, and you could put Khalil Shakir a couple of spots below Tank. Kind of, sort of, especially if Amari Cooper's going to start to get going. Especially. Your boy, your goat. Speaking of goats, you got the one and only is coming in. The one and only's here.
I'm saying we're live. It's usually a 4-hour show tonight.
I'm not sure why he's surprised, because he knows me. He knows us. You all of you guys are the mother effing goats. Who sorts in another classification? But everyone here is the GOATs. We built this channel with you guys in mind. The GOAT.
All right, hold Braylon Allen this week to see how he does, or drop to stash Trey Benson. If you have Breece Hall, you should have Braylon Allen. If you have James Conner, you should have Trey Benson. If you're just holding one of them as a speculation stash, I'm holding Trey Benson over Braylon Allen probably. But I'm feeling a lot of like Braylon Allen energy again, like there was weeks ago.
I told you it was that press conference.
People are getting back on the Braylon Allen train
because he's been getting some usage, especially getting closer to the goal line. I wouldn't even call it like the red zone. I would call it like the 30-yard line, the 25-yard line. Braylon Allen is getting like carries, and like people are now starting to like question like what the hell they're doing. That's what I'm telling you. That's why.
Yeah, and I'm not
GOAT.
denying that.
But I don't know why. Like, if you said it, Jonesy. If you don't have Breece Hall, there's no reason to have Braylon Allen at this point, unless you have Breece Hall.
Yeah, I mean, I can see holding
you're not
a high-end handcuff as a stash in case their running back goes down, but I would hold Benson before I held Allen if I didn't have the starter. Drone, would you trade D-Hop, Mooney, or JSN for Chase Brown or Tyrone Tracy? Wide receivers are Tyreek, Kupp, McLaurin. Running backs, Barkley, Monty, Mostert, Madison. All right. So he's got good wide receivers. I mean, Tyreek, Kupp, McLaurin. That's 3 good wide receivers.
I would be fine. I would be happy, I should say, taking JSN for either Tyrone or Chase Brown to upgrade.
Yep. If I had to choose, I'm choosing Tyrone.
Yeah, yes, without question.
But I would be okay trading JSN for Chase Brown also. So yes, I would do that. I think you got Tyreek, Kupp, and McLaurin, and then you'd still have D-Hop and Mooney. You're fine at wide receiver. I would definitely try to get another running back here.
Max Colio.
Do we have a defense or two that we like for the fantasy playoffs? I currently have the Jets and Broncos.
This is going to come down to whether you could map out the matchups for week 15 and week 16. See which teams are playing weak offenses. And then you want to try to stash those. You want to see like, okay, like who are the Jets playing week 15 and 16? And it's going to be hard to find a team that's got 2 consecutive matchups against bad offenses. It's usually that you're usually going to get 1 or 2 out of the 3 playoff weeks. Like, so week 15, week 16, week 17. You're not going to find 3 like cakewalks. You can find 1 or 2, maybe 1 neutral, 1 really good one kind of not so good. Just make sure you're getting the week 15 one squared away first. Obviously, for obvious reasons, you want to get the easy one, week 15. The Jets, who are the Jets playing? If the Jets got Carolina week 15, Mad Max, then yeah, might as well wheels up. The Jets defense hasn't really been good. You know that. Who's the other one here?
Broncos.
Broncos are solid.
Yeah.
The Broncos are solid. Even let's say okay, so Jonesy, let's say the Broncos, and of course we can look this up. Broncos got like the Chiefs week 15. I don't know if I would necessarily drop the Broncos. I don't know if I would do that. Would I look to add someone else that may have a favorable matchup? Yes, I would maybe want to add another defense for the favorable matchup. But the Broncos, who the Broncos playing? The Broncos probably have a really good schedule the rest of the way.
Right now.
They probably do, considering how shitty they've been for years.
All right, so they got a bye week 14, and then last 3 weeks, Indy at home versus Indianapolis, at the Chargers, at Cincinnati.
So week 15 at home against the Colts. Now, even though let's give Anthony Richardson the benefit of the doubt here, and say that he's healed. That's still that I would think that would still be a tough game on the road. Week 15.
The Jets are at Jacksonville, and then at home versus the Rams, and at Buffalo to end the season.
Yeah, see, if you told me that Jacksonville was up here in MetLife, different story. Jets going down to Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence, as long as he's okay, this is not the 2023 New York Jets defense. It's just not.
Yeah.
So I think we could probably find you another defense, Mad Max. I think that's what we're gonna have to do. It's what we will do.
I mean, right now, the worry. I mean, unless you're locked into the playoffs already, your worry is winning the next weeks to, solidify your playoff. You got to get there first before you can worry about the playoffs.
That goes without saying.
So unless you have things locked up, have an eye on it, know what your targets are going to be. I mean, you can tell us who's available and we can choose from that. But other than that, we'll just worry about the next, 4 weeks. And then, we take it week by week and just try to be a week ahead of everyone else, All right. Oops, I just lost 5 games and am 0-10.
Oops.
I have Lamar, JT, CMC, J-Jets, Jamar, Kelsey, Derrick Henry, Milk Neighbors. I need my first one of the season. Well, you should get your first one with that team. Adam Mitch, what's up, fellas? Love the show. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Adam. Appreciate you. From one Adam over there to another Adam Goat.
Kyler's on bye. I went with Jameis over Drake May. Good choice. Yes. Also took Knox since
excuse me.
Yeah. Jameis and Knox this week are both good plays.
Where should we mail you the trophy? Just tell us that. Just tell us that.
Trade Derrick Henry for A-Chain and Hubbard.
Now we're talking about some big boy stuff.
Yeah. This one comes down to what do you think Chuba is going to be the rest of the season?
And we're talking about
what will Jonathan Brooks, when he finally hits the field, be? That's the question. To me, I'm not trading away Derrick Henry. Even for A-Chain and Hubbard. I mean, unless I don't have another running back, I desperately need a running back. I don't know if I can trade away Derrick Henry.
That all the volume that this dude Chuba Hubbard's been getting, basically since last season.
No.
Yeah, and the fact that they activated Jonathan Brooks basically because they had to. They took him off of the PUP list. He was still out or ruled out inactive for that Germany game. They're not. I don't think. I could be dead wrong because I'm not obviously in that building. I don't think they're going to be so quick to just give him a ton of work.
No.
I really don't. Is it going to cut in a little bit to Chuba? Yeah, I guess so. Even if it's going to be somewhere like around 10 carries, yeah, that's going to cut in. that will cut in. That's not good work for Jonathan Brooks owners, no. But if you're a Chuba Hubbard owner, that's not what you want to see. Work being taken away from this dude's plate. I wouldn't cheer. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
as enticing as this does look on paper, because it's enticing, Frizzy Goat. I don't know if I want to give it to Derrick Henry.
I mean, you're losing 5 points a game going from Derrick Henry to A-Chain.
Look at this. Look at what that man represents.
Which is, I mean, 5 points is a lot. I mean, Chuba. I mean, he's right up here too. I mean, he's got to be right around here somewhere. I mean, he's at 16 points a game. I mean, so it's not like you're getting a, nothing burger back from him. But if he's just going to sit on your bench, I don't know the more details of it, what the rest of your team looks like. If you need the depth, I could understand why you would do it. If A-Chain or Hubbard are just going to be a bench piece, or the guy you're swapping them with is already doing what they would do, and it's just a lateral move for that, I'm not doing it. But if you needed to upgrade another spot that you're, gonna upgrade heavily by getting
it's enticing.
then I can see it.
I get it. I get it. This one I would hope, but again, let's also he may be running out of time to make the deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get that.
Hopefully, Frizzy. Hopefully, your trade deadline is next week, and we could try to maybe possibly explore other options, other scenarios. But I'm gonna hold here.
I'm gonna hold unless A-Chain and Hubbard become both automatic starters every week, and they are both an upgraded, or one of them is at least a 5 point a week upgrade over what you currently have in that spot already. Because you're losing 5 points from going from Derrick Henry to one of these guys in that spot. So unless you're gaining more than 5 points by adding one of these guys over another guy, I'm not doing that trade.
Appreciate everybody being here.
Yeah, please please subscribe.
Yeah, we are coming up on the hour soon.
3 hours, 42 minutes, and 6 seconds. Please give us a like, at least. Appreciate it. Any changes starting Bo Nix, A-Chain, Mixon, Cup, Amon-Ra, Kyle Pitts, Pickens, Vikings defense, Dicker the kicker. His bench is Mooney, Dobbins, Cook, and Debo. All right, so
the two running backs are locked in. I'm not going to do JK for Mixon or A-Chain, nor James Cook, although James Cook is close, but no, he's not compared to Mixon and A-Chain at this point of the year. Is it Cup, then Amon-Ra, Pickens, and then you've got Mooney and Debo. Maybe.
The only one I'm questioning is getting Debo into the lineup.
For Cup? That's what it's going to take.
To me, it'd probably be for Pickens.
And I'd sooner leave it.
I can't. No.
I'd sooner leave the lineup. Yeah. If I want to, I would want Debo in there. As much as I love Rashad Jennings, all right. Still Debo's Debo on that team. Yeah. As much as I want Jennings this week, I still got to recognize that you do have the man over there on the other side. So I'm going to take, if anything, Debo's going in, and I would sit Cup. Technically, the wide receiver 2 on the Rams that's playing on the road. That's it. I would not want to sit George Pickens playing against the Ravens.
I don't want to sit Cooper Kupp ever though.
Then I'm going to say that we leave it.
Yeah, it's really tight between Kupp, Pickens, and Debo.
Yeah,
So go with your gut. I mean, you're not. These are all good choices.
Again, if you're hell bent to get Debo in the lineup, for me, I'm going to take out Kupp. For Jonesy's not taking out Kupp for Debo. It's as simple as that.
Yeah,
if you're not hell bent, if you're okay leaving it, then I'm okay with you leaving it as well. I'm okay with Kupp. I am. I'm okay with that.
The only Kupp to me is you're right.
Oh.
Pickens is the one I would consider taking out for Debo just because Pickens' volume, he's not a volume guy. Kupp is a volume guy, and he gets that volume. Pickens, even though I love Pickens, if I was going to put in Debo, it would probably be for Pickens. But it's still very close between all of these guys. So go with your gut on this one. But no, Dobbins and Mooney and Cook, those are bench guys.
You're just getting these big.
The only one you should maybe consider is Debo, and go with your gut on it.
Let's get to I don't even know where we are.
Got Jets, Titans, or Broncos D this week. Broncos.
Yeah, really unsure for my flags.
Yeah, and that's what we were just.
Trophy, man, trophy. Where should we mail you the trophy? You probably don't. I bet you don't even need a trophy mailed to you, you mother effing goat. You're old goats. What about Evan K? Start 2 half PPR or no?
Or one of both. Lamb or Hopkins, Love or Herbert. I'm still going Lamb. Lamb and Love.
It's definitely Love. I'll go. Oh God, man, it's so bad. Let's not forget also, if he does not, never mind. Yeah, he could sit DeAndre Hopkins. He'll still have Lamb to go on Monday night, and I think Lamb's going to play as well. You're actually safer just playing DeAndre Hopkins. He's not on any injury report.
Yeah.
He's not. Technically, Lamb is on the injury report. He could freaking look. Mike McCarthy could tell us whatever the hell he wants, whatever Jerry tells him to say. CeeDee Lamb goes in there Monday at 1 p.m. Look, I'm stiff. I don't want to play. I can't play. I shouldn't play. He ain't playing. Now Jesus has a problem. That's not DeAndre Hopkins might actually be the better play here. As much as we want to not sit our studs. I know. We're going to roll back the clock. Let's not forget, he used to be a stud. Right? He used to be.
Yep.
Let's put it through that. We'll put it through that lens. DeAndre Hopkins is borderline Hall of Famer.
All right, Evan K. Start 2 half PPR. Reed, Tillman, McConkey, DJ Moore, Dowdle. I'm going Tillman, Reed.
Agreed. Half PPR. Yes, thank you, Evan.
Your boy drafted AR, then dropped him, and now my opponent is trolling me and starting him this week. I pray he does not go off. That's a lot of people probably in that situation where they dropped him because he was droppable.
If you're on Sleeper, you could easily troll him back. If you're on Sleeper, you just you can name one of your players something along the lines of something off of his name or his team, just troll him back.
Yeah, and you are welcome, your boy. That we
appreciate you, your boy.
Yeah, we appreciate everyone.
You goat. You got Aaron, Rashad, and Bucky, B-Rob, and Tyrone.
Would you trade Tracy and White for Jonathan Taylor?
Well, see, now let's just take the question from an hour ago. Who would you trade? Who could I trade JT for? Well, here you go.
Oh, here you go. Tracy and White.
That would be perfect. That would be a perfect scenario.
I mean, I'm okay getting rid of Rashad White, 100%.
So in other words, you're suggesting, implying that this might be too much for Jonathan Taylor.
No. I'm saying I'm okay getting rid of Rashad White.
And Tyrone.
I don't care about Rashad White.
And Tyrone.
But Taylor is, I'd rather have Taylor than Tyrone.
I'd rather have Taylor than Tyrone also. Yeah. As much as we all know that how much I love Tyrone. Yeah.
If he does this, then he's got Taylor, Aaron Jones, Bucky still, and Brian Robinson. I think he's okay there. And he gets an upgrade. I mean, the only downfall is Tracy's on a bye this week, so it helps him this week, but he still has to make up for the bye week for Taylor in a couple of weeks. He's got Brian Robinson who can fill in for that, so it's fine. Yeah, I'm okay doing that.
Me too. Signing off.
All right.
Let's take the final question.
One more. If you have questions, get them in now. Otherwise, this is going to be.
This will be my last question, folks. I want to really, really thank you all from the bottom of our hearts. You are all goats. Appreciate you all. We will be back tomorrow night, 7:30 for the fantasy recap, week 11 recap show. Start 3: Josh Downs, Juwan Jennings, Ladd McConkey, Ricky Pearsall, Cedric the Entertainer. Start 3:
Tillman,
McConkey, and Juwan for me.
Tillman, McConkey.
Oh, so disappointing.
I'm debating.
It's so disappointing. As much as again, you're not a Jennings guy. You will be after tomorrow.
I'm not.
I promise.
I'm not.
I promise you.
I'm going Tillman, McConkey, Pearsall.
Oh, that's not what I thought. You're very welcome, Rome.
I'm not going Downs. You should know I'm not going Downs. Not with Richardson back.
Pearsall. Boy, oh boy. All right, guys. Want to thank you very much again for coming out.
You're welcome,
Week 11, start set. Please give us a like. Please subscribe to our channel. We will be back again tomorrow, and then we'll be back again next week for week 12. Your Shepard is signing off.
Deuces. Hey,
Deuces.
Did you see my shirt today?
No, I just noticed that. No. Oh my God! Why did you just do this to me now? that should have been at like 10 o'clock.
Yeah. I probably should have showed it like when it first started, but I forgot. I saw his hair poking up.
Oh my God, that's fantastic!
Like, oh yeah, I gotta show him.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Thank you for showing me that. That didn't necessarily make the night, but that's a cherry on top.
Yeah.
Night.
All right. Thank you all.
Good night, guys. Thank you.
Taysom Hill or Jameson Williams.
We're signing off on JMO.
And thank you, Mad Max, for the compliment.
Awesome, Mad Max. Appreciate you very much. Thank you.